How are we all doing tonight? Jumping on slightly early, but it is dark and clear, so let's just get the show rolling, shall we? Yeah, I think we're all rolling across the board. Just check everything's come through. Yeah, anyway, hello. How are we doing? It's the Skywatch tonight again. Hopefully we can see a few meteors as well. But yeah, we are looking out for UFO, UAP in the night sky live here from Wiltshire in the UK, which is right in the heart of crop circle country and just down the road from Stone Henge. So lots of strange things in these skies tonight. In fact, let me turn the tracker on, see if that's going to play ball. Yeah, lovely and clear. Do say hello. Let us know where you're all watching from tonight there. We've already got Dan in and Spare Rib. How are you guys doing? Good to see you in. Oh, yeah, the tracker's already sulking. How long is it going to be able to hold that one for? Should we see if we can zoom in on this one? It's a nice big bright object there. Right, we're going to see lots of objects like this. We need to see it stop dead, shoot off at speed, change its course or trajectory to know for sure that it is something anomalous there. That is the only way we can tell, apart from all of the man-made satellites and all that sort of stuff flying around up there. That blue is the last bit of daylight, and when the sun goes round, we will see more and more yeah, we're going to see more and more stars, more and more objects and all that sort of stuff there. And Mad, how are you there? Is this your telescope? So it is ours, but it's not a telescope. It's just a good lens on a digital camera there. But yes, about 10 meters in front of me here. How you doing, Raf? God, but yeah, this is it there. Evening, Rib, as well. And Trevor, how are we doing? Good to see you guys tonight. Where are we? Is my chat working? It seems to be a bit behind. Oh no, I just missed a few, didn't I? There we go. A up is in there. Percy, and will there be meteors tonight? There will be, but it will be less than last night. So, you know, we're on the way out. But we will see some. We saw some on the way up before last night. Loads last night, and there'll be some today, hopefully there. Up as well, coming in with the gifts. Feeling Alan there as well. Oh, and Dawdle too. Thank you for that. Appreciate that. That goes back into the stream. What temperatures they're in tonight? I was debating, do I bring the thermometer, the thermostat, whatever it is, in the room? And I thought, no, I won't, because I just stressed myself out with it. But it's warm. I'm feeling 30 degrees at the minute. It's not nice there. Trevor as well, how are we doing? Oh, couple of flashes. Dawdle is in there. Ben is in. How are we doing? Ollie, will there be another meteor shower? There should be. There should be. This is our hobby. Exactly, Rib. Exactly. There as well. And yeah, you know it is you too, Ref. So guys, if you're just joining us, we're doing... Oh, let's look at this one.
Zoom mode
look how this one here is. It's all stretched out. As I zoom back out, you can follow it on the screen. There it's going straight down. Now that is because it's really fast compared to this one, and with the frame rate of the camera, it kind of draws a little bit of a line. But very cool nonetheless to see. We've got lots of activity tonight, and we've only just come on there. So we're looking out for weird and wonderful things in the night sky. Hopefully UFOs. But for us to know for sure, it needs to be acting strangely, acting in ways that man-made objects just can't. They're stopping dead, shooting off at speed, changing course or trajectory. Anything like that tells us for sure that it is anomalous there. Ollie, where are you joining us from? Thank you for the follow. How are we doing, Captain? Good to see you in. Where are we in the chat? It's coming down here as well. And Angela there. Oh, I thought the eclipse was going to be better last night. I'm hearing quite a lot of that from people. And to be honest, it was cool. It was cool. But yeah, I wanted a closer to a full of a cliff there. Spare of the heat. It is ridiculous. Because I just don't help myself with the electronics and all of the lights and stuff. Speaking of which, I'm going to turn my little YouTube lights on in the background. Oh. My routine is off, guys. My routine is off. You gonna work? Oh, give us a bit of depth of field. Oh, anyway, where do we? Yeah, it's ridiculous. It was over during the proper heat wave we had a couple of months back. It was over 40 degrees in here. It was ridiculous there. Done a 12-hour shift there. Know what it feels like to be a Greg's sausage roll. That is a long old shift there, Raf. Put your feet up, put a game on, listen to us there. And Adele saw so many shooting stars for the first time last night. Excellent. Was that on here with us, or was it with your own eyes out in the sky? Because I don't know if I've ever seen one with my eyes until last night. Obviously you see them on the stream, they're very cool. But I just put the camera away and I popped out for a cheeky one, and just as I was coming out, my eyes were naturally on the sky, and I just saw one streak across the sky. I thought, that was beautiful. Yeah, 18 degrees there. Oh my god, and foggy. I would swap you. It was over 30 degrees, and then this room just holds the heat here. It's like a sauna. It is like a ridiculous sauna there. And Corey as well, thank you for the follow. Where are you on joining us from tonight? Let me just scroll up a little bit here. And what time do you know roughly? So technically, Ollie, it's going to be any time. So the peak of it is normally a bit later on, around midnight onwards sort of time there. But we have seen them beforehand. So it's kind of like, you know, you're going, the planet's going through a thicker patch of sky, or space, say thicker with more debris there. So as we rotate through it there, it kind of just builds up a little bit more. But I'd expect to see some soon there. Where are we down here? I wanted it. Me too, Angela. Me too. There were some fantastic shots that other people got. Where else in the world? Did somebody say last night that Egypt's got one like next year or so? And I was like, that would be cool with the pyramids in shot. Now that would be pretty awesome. One was bright orange and just fell down. I loved it there. So I did with my one just like a white dot. So I didn't get to see the tower, which is a bit of a shame. Look how bright that fucker is.
Zoom mode activated.
Wow. Oh, it's just fading down now. So that can be, we don't know what that object is. It's not moving in a strange way, so it's not giving us any evidence that it is a UFO or anything like that. But again, most of the time, UFO is going to look like a man-made satellite. They're going to be going in straight lines, less things for it to avoid. See how it's got the tracking line estimation wrong there. It did have a nice line, but it's probably calculating an average based on that silly turn. Over the weekend, it's my job to tweak those ones. But yeah, so although that flashed, that bright colour was really, really interesting, it probably just means that relative to us and our position in the sun, it just kind of come into this bright spot and then flew out of it. Kind of like this. Now, whatever that is, man-made satellite, see how this just gets brighter about there? There we go. So relative to my light in here, same sort of thing is happening with those objects up there. So that doesn't tell us what it is at all, sadly. So that's why we're looking out for the strange movement. It's not going to be all the time, but it will happen there. So keep your eyes on it there. Oh, your laptop turned itself off twice. Oh, in the heat. Gee, yeah. I'm a bit worried about some of the computers here, though. With your own eyes are even better there, especially when seeing the colours out. 36 exactly up. Where are they? Iceland. And is it Shy Ghost there? Oh, my garden's looking like the surface of Mars there. We all do a 3-minute rain dance? It really got, my grass is dead. I gave up on that long ago. I'm going to have to pave it. It is awful here. Got one more tomorrow, then off until Monday. Oh, that's 2 in a row, though. That's got to take its toll there, Raf. A nice cool breeze. That would be nice there. And is this? How are you doing there? Popping on quick to say hi there. Currently in Greece. 2 hours ahead there. 8. I hope you're having a fantastic time. Keep an eye on the skies there. Is this? Hopefully you'll see something strange there. I want some pictures. If you do. Son lives in Italy. He sweat so much in 41-degree heat in it. But burst his phone. Oh, my God. The heat is, yeah, we're not designed for it. It's a few degrees out, and we're really, really just not designed for that heat. If you've got any old mobile phones in boxes in the loft or something like that, check on them, because it can set the batteries off to swell. So you want to get that one. And no one in from cloudy Cardiff. Oh, I wish it was cloudy. Not for our Skywatch, but oh my God, it's been too hot here today there. Gazette as well, how are we doing? And where are we? Let me scroll up here a little bit so my chat can catch up when it happens. Yeah, we're doing our live Skywatch tonight. We are looking out for UFOs, UAP, and some meteors in the night skies here, live from Wiltshire here in the UK, which is right in the heart of crop circle country and just down the road from Stone Henge. So a long history of the weird and wonderful, the strange and anomalous in these skies. This little town had its own UFO flap here, back in the 60s and 70s, and the skies are still very, very active. So do help us spot what might be going on there. Flo, welcome aboard. Where are you joining us in from tonight there? And is that Harco coming in with the gifts there as well? Appreciate that. So it all goes back into stream. How are you guys doing there as well? But yeah, we're waiting for that blue to go. That little navy blue colour, that is basically the last bit of daylight in the sky. The lens lets in a lot of light so we can see all of the strange things going on. See those objects there, but we just got to wait for that to disappear. It's going to turn black, and all of these stars are going to be colourful there. Not just beautiful Vega here.
Zoom mode activated.
This star is 26 light years away from us. So that light left it 26 years ago, and it's travelled for 26 light years uninterrupted until it hit the lens of this camera, which is pretty crazy to think. Where are we down here? Into the chat. Got to there, didn't we? And Italians and Spanish are used to it to being hot there. Brits, we're not. But apparently it's a different heat. Everybody says it's a different sort of heat. Like, I've got people that live quite regularly over in Spain, I know, and they come out and go, no, it's a different sort of heat. Janie as well, how are you doing? Good to see you there. Leanne's in. How are you there as well? And Sir Paul, how are we doing tonight? Thank you for gifting membership there as well. Is that Khalif as well there, you've got a free membership. Do thank Paul for that one. And then remember, you can join us on our next deep dives. It won't be this Friday, it'll be the Friday after. We're going to be looking into the Majestic 12 documents you've probably heard all about there. Janie as well, coming in with gifts, thank you for that. Mason, how are we doing there? Liberty, good to see you. How is the estate in this heat? And the heat is killing me despite having 2 Tower fans up. It's awful. I've got no words. Hopefully it's going to cool down for us though, and like just hopefully ease off into the winter there. And Mars, good to see you there. Terry too. Jolly's in as well. Still feels like it's hotter than the surface of the sun. As soon as it hits your head when you go outside, boom, like I'm like, no, I'm down. I can't do it. I don't know how people do function properly in heat like this. But hey ho. Anyway, yeah, do say hello guys. Let us know where you all are watching from tonight there. Ask away any questions. There's no silly questions at all. We want to hear from you all. Maybe it's what we're doing, how we're doing it, why we're doing it there, or my personal favourite, if you've had an experience with the phenomena, we'd love to really hear about that one whilst you're waiting for the action to happen on screen. But don't rely on the tracker, because as you can see, look, it is not having a good time tracking all of these. Still trying to figure out those bugs. That'll be the weekend's task. But we should zoom in on some.
Zoom mode
if
activated.
you notice that isn't being tracked and I'm not paying enough attention to it, call out the grid reference on the chat there, A2 for example, and it will highlight the little boxes and therefore drawing my eye to it. And if it's good, we can zoom in on it. But everybody else will get to see it as well there. Down here as well, still feels slightly hot in the sun, yeah, and Barrett there as well, from Lady Mountbatten Windsor as the George Cross there, very formal, and you don't have to haul your ass to work that when you go to space. Well, yeah, and they've got air conditioning everywhere. It's ridiculous. Where are we down here? Seeing me taking the side of the PC in heat and blowing the fan in. That was what I was going to do the other night. The main computer doesn't seem to be too bad with it, but we run a little separate computer for our SETI stream that's running that all of the time, and that just gives up. It's a micro one, so it's not very good heat. You know, radiation or whatever it is there. It can't cool itself. So with weather like this, it just locks up. And it's like, nah, no chance there. It's hot. It's damn hot like the jungle. It really is there. How you doing, Tommy? What's your question? Ask away there. And Simon there, what time did the Perseus show up there? So we've just hit, the peak was last night, but we're still in it. So the busiest time is from midnight onwards, but we still get to see them just randomly there. So it's kind of like they build up. We get through like a denser and denser patches, therefore able to see more and more and more as the night goes on. Did you catch any last night there, Simon? And E.T.'s glowing red finger attracted his alien friends. My son bit of spam on my head should attract an alien armada. They'll be trying to take you home. They'll be bundling you off there. Percy's, yeah, I can never pronounce it. Where are we? Down here, the crap heating base. There's no fan on it. It's a little tiny one on this one there. How are we doing, Stu, as well? And is it dense? Not as dense as us, Grandmaster, but I suppose dense is not necessarily the right word, but it gets more and more populated, isn't it? Especially as the Earth is flowing through it. You imagine a lorry full of sand crashes on the motorway. They move the lorry, but the sand's everywhere. Imagine you drive through it. As you start to approach, there's going to be just like a handful of grains, per square foot, and then it's going to get denser and denser and denser till you get very close to the accident where most of it is, and then as you come out of it again, it'll get less and less and less and less as you go through. And that's what the Earth's doing as it's in orbit there. It goes through these patches of sky when it's there, and you've got to remember, obviously we're through it, so we're going through denser parts, but as the Earth rotates, you're coming into the side that faces it as well, so it kind of warms up into it there. Red lorry, yellow lorry, oh my god, I can barely talk as it is. Moon was seen in nighttime in Australia there. As it checked and verified, my cousin lives in Melbourne and she saw the moon in her night sky, whilst we never saw it in the day. Sky in the UK. As in, are you talking about that it was visible at the same time from different hemispheres? I mean, yeah, we do see it at night, we do see it at day. I'm not sure on that one. You have to explain a bit more, Jolly, for that one. Alfie as well, coming in with the follows there. Where are you joining us from tonight? Guys, do say hello. Let us know where we're all watching from. And, yeah, we'll hopefully hear from you all as we scroll through the chat there. But, yeah, if you had an experience with the phenomena, we want to hear about that one too. I'm going to go back to my manual chat at the minute because this combined chat is really having a shitstorm tonight there. Captain, thank you for the gift. Very kind of you there. That all goes back into the stream. Where did we get to? Tommy the question there, didn't we? Warm at 19 degrees here in Paisley. Adam is in as well. Warm, that is your summer there, Janie. Rio is into, and Angela there in Spain. It's dried heat, where humid in the UK. So yeah, the little air conditioner that we borrowed, it's one of those small ones. It barely does anything, but thank God we've got something. But you know, it's almost a dehumidifier, isn't it? At the same time there, and you can tell with the humidity levels, because there's days where I'm emptying that jug like 10 or 12 times. And there's some days you go, no, it's not even filled it up there. So you don't, yeah, I never used to consider that. And Carl, how are you doing there? Out at the moment, but we'll be back for 12. Hopefully we'll still be on, Carl. Have a good time. Good to see you. Thank you for popping by. Very kind of you. And where do we get to over here as well? And Monday as well, they're high from Future Ventura. Oh, very, very nice. Is it cooler in Future Ventura? What's the temperature there than here as well? Robotic, how are we doing tonight there? Marcus too, good to see you in there. And Rib, hit the like button. Thank you for that, guys. We do appreciate if you could choose to give us a like or a share, tapping away, all that sort of stuff there. It really does help us reach more and more like-minded people like yourselves. And the more eyes and minds we get on the old phenomena, the more we can all piece this puzzle together. You never know who is going to come in and what experience, said with the highly strange, that they are going to share with us. But yeah, it's going to be a good night. We're still on the tail end of the meteor shower, so we should see a few beautiful shooting stars. But as I said, as it gets darker, let me turn the brightness up a touch so we make sure we're seeing all the stars possible. Might even go adjust the camera lens, see if we can get another dash more out of the night sky. But yeah, we're going to see lots of objects. So we're going to see things like this. I think the tracker, oh my God, look at the lag on the bar there for the tracker. It is having a bad time. Let me pause it for a second, let it calm down. And right, anyway, let's zoom in on this one.
Zoom mode activated.
Oh, there's two there. Oh, that flared up. But you got one here. We're going to see lots of objects like this flying around in the night sky. Most of them, sadly, are going to be man-made satellites, but not all of them. Oh, wow, there's a cluster now. Oh, this is a train. We've got a train, guys. 1, 2, 3. This might be a Starlink. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, look, coming down here. Let me zoom in a little bit. See them shooting across the screen. Quite faint, but they're there. They're there. Yeah, look, there's a few of them. Oh, always cool to see. Oh, it's still going on. It's still going, guys. Billy's in there as well. And Shooting Star A1 has zoomed fast. Oh, robotic. I totally missed that one. Good spotting. It is very hot Monday. It very much is there. But windy, so okay. Oh, the breeze does make a hell of a lot of a difference. Sadly, we've not got much of one, or we haven't had recently. Actually saw an X-shaped dull silver, occasionally glinting / pulsing phenomena yesterday, around 11 PM there, and it was almost wobbling in the sky. Hung for around for about 5 minutes and darted off. Now that is really strange. What sort of size could you gauge from the altitude of that? That is very, very anomalous there. Lockleman, how are we doing? And my neighbour took his 2 boys to Spain to see the eclipse and sent me their video there. Much better than our view in Yorkshire, and the what a beautiful caldera in the foreground. Yeah, I didn't realise we were getting. Oh my God, look, it's still going. This train. Look at it. It's still going. Is that the last of it? I think that's the last of it. Crossing the screen now. Anyway, see if that one clips. Anyway, my neighbour, no, I did that one there. Let's come through there. The sun's corolla blocks the visible moon. Oh, what, when you're looking at it? Yes, it did actually. You had to zoom in and set your brightness down really, really low to actually see the shape crossing. Unless you had some goggles there. The invasion has begun, Ollie. It does look like it. It really does look like it, doesn't it? Actually, you know, the red dots are broken graphics. Thank you, Robotic. I appreciate that one, because everybody asks. We do sometimes get the coloration of the stars where they are like that good. You know, you do get some red ones looking pretty much like that. But yeah, the ones you're seeing there, which we've got 3, 1, 2, and 3 of those. They are static objects up there. They're just dead pixels there. Great clear skies here. Excellent. And what have you seen in them? Have you seen anything interesting there? Starlink trains. It really was Kieran, wasn't it? That actually took me a bit off guard. I thought it was going to be much, much shorter than that. I know they put a lot of them up there at once, but that was a lot, wasn't it, there? It's going on very taking the piss, actually. I got bored by the end of it. Observatories and all. So I'm looking for a place somewhere a bit more like that where we can rent a place to put the camera so we can, you know, catch decent skies all year round over winter. Big old train there, Simon. And must star a thingy, satellite, whatever it's called. Starlink, that's the one, Shy. That is the one, and we need to get one of those because when we do our live Skywatches on location, that's what we're all saving up to do at the minute, do more location lives, and not everywhere has good phone signal. Ironically, the local hotspots have got better phone signal than in a town when we're in the middle of nowhere, which is weird. Oh, excuse the flashing. But yeah, that's the next one on the list. Look, we've got another nice bright one coming up here. Should we zoom in on that one? Let's come out for that one. Very bright there. Starlink is 350 miles above the Earth, and we can see it. Yeah, you can. But again, it's not that we're seeing. This is an interesting point here. So that the light that we're seeing from this object doesn't mean that it is that size. So if you think about it this way, if you're driving at night in a car with those bloody bright xenon headlights is coming straight towards you, you don't see the shape of the car. Sometimes the brightness is much larger, isn't it, than the object itself, especially if you think it's just the bulb on the car there. And what's happening here, these objects are reflecting light back down, and more light, the bigger it appears. So it's not necessarily that object is physically that size in the sky. Probably very unlikely that it is there. And good evening there, looking straight up at this view. Bang on there, James. Which direction on the compass would you be facing? For example, is the top of this view more south facing? So for you, you've got it around the right way on the tube. So basically, yeah, we are looking from here in Wiltshire in the UK pretty much perfectly upright. The bottom is south and the top is north for those ones there. Starlink went on forever. It really did there. And it was difficult to gauge altitude there, so no point of reference exactly there. But in the sky, it was about the size of a 5p. That can be quite... Yeah, like you wouldn't see a drone, would you? Like with a shape, because that's the only thing I can think of that's got that sort of shape. You wouldn't see like a drone in that sort of detail at that distance. Very cool there, Grandmaster. Seemed to be a lot than the usual Starlink. Yeah, it did seem to go on forever there. And Jabba's there. The red dots are artifacts of the camera. Bang on there as well. And Lanzarote has a facility for stargazing, I think. I was looking, I saw a couple of places, I think it was Lanzarote one of them, but it was around that sort of that way. I know you can basically post your telescope off to certain telescope farms, and I want to find one that's got space that will take a camera like this and turn it on for us every night there. Oh, a plane that's going over. So we can check. Normally planes are quite visible there because of the zoomed in. Oh, it's have it properly frozen over on the disc. There we go. Let it lag a little bit. It's the heat froze, all the technology out there. But we've got nothing in our immediate airspace there to worry about plane-wise. But yeah, the planes, when they come across the screen, because we're a little bit zoomed in, you can see all the strobe. They're much, much bigger. So they normally give the game away. But it is worth checking. We have to consider all of these objects, you know, man-made stuff, even the organic stuff, the shooting stars as well, when we're filtering out, hoping to catch something more anomalous. My wife's telescope takes batteries and makes a buzzing noise. She's a keen astronomer there, FPL. Keen astronomer there. And Traject as well. Feeding Alan, thank you for that. So now there's an object that... Oh, look how blue that fucker is. Look at the difference of that. We normally see thin blue ones, but that was special blue, wasn't it? See if we get more, then there maybe is a type of satellite in orbit that, you know, maybe it's designed as solar panels. But if that was very, very blue. There's an object that is just come out of that purple dot. Oh, keep up the good spotting. So yeah, it could be sometimes they fade in and out, but it's worth keeping an eye on it. So that is a good shout. And I think it's not working for TikTok at the moment. I'll try again, but it's my combined chat is having a sulk, so I'm going to go to TikTok manual one. But when it does work, guys, you can call out the grid references, A2 or whatever it is, for example. And there's a little bit of a lag, but it can highlight the squares on the screen there. I'm not sure if it is working for TikTok tonight. It does seem to be having a little bit of a sulk for you guys. Terra has a space. You did say that, yeah, and it's interesting. I'm not sure with those craft. Like, I could totally get it if it is the reverse engineered, talking about the flux liner and stuff like that. But I wouldn't have thought in like a conventional sense. Not there yet for it. Future Ventura is officially designated as a Starlight Reserve across its entire island there, making it one of the top destinations in Europe for observing the night sky due to low light pollution. We've got to go there. We've got to go, haven't we, guys? We've got to do a live Skywatch from there. An SCT telescope. I don't yet. I've been looking very temptingly at telescopes when we've got the on-the-road stuff to do. I've not heard of SCT there. And Marcus coming in with the super chat. It's very kind of you, sir. A massive appreciation. I really appreciate that. And so it all goes back into the stream. So getting us a little bit closer. We're actually really close now to getting that Starlink and then being able to do some more live on locations there. And Monday, thank you for that great stream. And thank you for the awesome knowledge that you've been sharing there. Do appreciate that. So it's what makes it. I think we live in such an amazing time now where we can all get connected and we can crowdsource everybody's knowledge there. All the little life experiences to help us understand our search a little bit better. Yeah, the TikTok one isn't working, sorry. But yeah, and also all of those personal experiences there. Oh, Gorgon Stare. Yeah, I've heard of that. That's a traditional drone project, though, isn't it? Nice orange one here. We're getting all the colours tonight.
Zoom mode activated.
Call me all colours, Sam. That's a reference. Let me know if you get that reference. There we go. Look, nice orange one there as well. Coming in. It is a good one there. I need a garden igloo. I do. Have you seen the price of the buggers, though? And Robert as well, welcome aboard. Good to have you in. Down here as well. Grumman's new program for DSN called Dark. Oh, I've not heard of that one. The Deep Space Network is that. Is it your own telescope? Yeah, so it is. Well, it's not actually a telescope. Everyone thinks it is, and rightly so. If you're looking at the sky, most of the time it is a telescope. I do want one. This is actually just like a normal digital video camera, you know, with a really good low light lens that way as well, because telescopes are quite zoomed in, and we never know where the action's going to be, whether it be natural stuff or whether it be potential UFOs. So yeah, we want a wide field of view as much as possible. In fact, let me crank up the brightness. I might run downstairs and see if no, that's the other way, Sam. Turn it up a little bit. There you go, help us see some of those fainter stars in the background. And why would that object be blue? No, it's a really, really good question. Essentially, you know, you can reflect colour as well. It's not just white light that gets bounced and reflected back. So, in theory, if the surface of that craft had some sort of coating to it, then it can bounce us back a colour. I think the blue ones, we've seen a bit more of them lately, so I'm leaning more towards them being probably the next generation of Starlink. Somebody's talking about their solar panels have got a certain coating on them, and we started to see more and more of them kind of coming through in twos and stuff. That kind of fitted that one, but that's the only one we've seen on that trajectory so far, and it wasn't quite like the others as well, so it might be interesting. So yeah, it's one of those bits of evidence you go, oh, that's really interesting, but it's not slam dunk. It doesn't give us enough information to be 100% sure. Only the movement does. But like, we did see something once where it was coming across, it was flashing a regular pulse, which again can happen if that object, satellite or otherwise, is tumbling, and as it tumbles there, less light, more light, less light, more light gives us reflection. But on each flash, red, then the next one green, then blue, red, green, blue, red, green, blue, different colour each flash. And I've never seen anything like that before. So that would have to be that the surfaces that were reflecting it were so drastically different materials to be reflecting totally different colours. The Sandown Cloud, great, you got it, Grandmaster, you got it. All right, a rabbit telescope and a neck massager in the shape of different sized planets. Oh, that took me a second there. As a very keen astronomer. And 899, Jesus, that is pricey there. The Sandown Clan scared of cows. You remember these things, yeah. Oh, the cow's scared of him there. It looks good. Thank you, Jebs. Honestly, it's a nightmare. And the sky being the sky, like, it changes. Different atmospheric conditions there, different different brightnesses with the moon coming up and stuff. I'm always fighting it, So it'll be crap next week there. Where are we, guys? Over on the other chat there. RJ is in as well there. And the orange, why? Exactly, why? We don't know for sure, but it'll be something to do with what it's reflecting back. Now, orange is interesting, because obviously there are potential reasons why a man-made satellite could reflect orange light back to us. We have seen it. But also, orange is the exact colour that a UFO with an ionized plasma coating would look like. Ionized plasma glows a deep orangey red, and that is one of the things that they do say can happen, and Bob Lazar talks about this, with the craft as part of their propulsion system. Let me turn the tracker back on, see if it's finished its sulk. Oh, it's not looking good, even turning it on. No, I think it's too hot for the tracker tonight. That is frustrating. Foxana glows a neon blue in atmosphere as it powers up for FTL. What causes that atmospheric interaction? So I've heard of the orange for the ionized pack there. And can you add a filter to record the sun? So in theory, Jabbers, we could, but I didn't get one in time for the thing. I think I just want to get smart telescopes. It does it all in one then, because it's the tracking as well. With the Earth's rotation, when you're zoomed in on something like that, the movement across the sky, same for the moon, is just really, really fast. There's a house out there. That has a garden igloo. I'm surprised it's still standing there. We have hellish storms out here in the winter. You need the igloo to survive. It's quite structurally, I imagine, quite strong. Although it might get blown off there. Nice then off. I mean, could be. I've just seen a weird purple tic tac in a D1 there, and it flashed across 04. Oh, robotic, good. A spot there. I wonder why that one didn't get pop up on the grid. I didn't see that square come up there. And Vicky as well coming in, feeding Alan. TikTokers, I will get over to you momentarily, but the combined chat is having a sulk tonight. It's Neptune Raf. I don't think it's this part of the sky. Blue, what is there? Spinning through what I thought was an anticlimax. Looking the tracker is that, Raf. And anyone's seen Bob Lazar's interview with GSP there? George looked like he was trying not to laugh throughout. No, I haven't seen that one. And there, a media hype. Well, that is another part that we do have to consider all this. Hoping to see the alignment of the planets spinning. I would as well, but yeah, don't really. I mean, we can get the closer by ones. Obviously, Jupiter, Mars, we can see those when they align. But we've got a very limited window from my place here of visibility. Just basically a little bit southeast to a little bit southwest of there. And I believe Bob saw a craft similar to the craft I was shown, but I wonder why he was told it was not human tech. Well, again, they're never will necessarily going to give everybody all of the information, are they? Which way around it is. I lean somewhat to Bob with that. Vicky from Westwood, Yorkshire, good to have you in there. And the UK is the same shape as a woman squatting from... You know what? I'm not going to be able to unsee that one now, Phil. Thank you. And Mr. D, how are we doing tonight? Good use of the grid there. I'm a bit late, but good use. Right, now I am going to go over to the TikTok chat quickly. Over a night of footage, I caught 2 to 3 things that might be worth taking a look at. 100%. If tag us in it on the old Discord, if you can there. Yeah, get little alert messages that the computer is too hot. Right, where do we get to, you TikTokers? You've been patiently awaiting tonight. Where did we get to? Sorry, guys. I'm across 2 chats, so it takes me a second. I will get... Oh, my God, there's been a few messages there. There we go. Around here. Somewhere in this part of the chat, wasn't it there? Funty as well, thank you for the follow. Where are you joining us from tonight? M to the C, good to see you there. Rio, you saw him there. And Kaza, you can't enter heaven if you are mega rich there. Do they want to empty your pockets at the gate? Why would it be? Like, I can get how certain, like, rich, but, you know, there are issues around those sorts of things. But I wouldn't imagine it is just associated to wealth. You know, there are few, but there are some people that kind of utilize those things for good. And I saw a Starlink train in the sky last night when I was outside. Oh, awesome. I've seen it once with the naked eye outside. Really, really cool. There. I have a proper radio voice. I've been around DJs too long. I think it kind of subconsciously imprinted in me. My best Alan Partridge impression. Starlink again there. 2 are bloody hot here in Aberdeen. Did it have the audacity to go into double digits for you guys there? Andy Manswell, welcome aboard. Good to have you in. Where are you joining us from there? Dara is in too. And Kate, how are you tonight? Good to see you there. Unicorn Poop as well, good to have you in. Where are you guys following us there? What's the purple dot? That is Vega. That star is 26 light years away from us there. It's about 300 times the size of our sun there. So you think about that, 26 years it's taken for that light to reach us here on Earth there, but 300 times as large as our star, the sun. Where are we down here? Lots of them in Holland. I hear all over your way. They're very, very active in the sky. So do you think it's that you guys spend a lot of time looking up there, that you've got clearer skies, darker nights? Is there something they're attracted to in that part of the world? Is it a cultural thing that you're more open to seeing it? Because I often wonder, like, how many people here in the UK that are not into UFOs, not even aware, you know, not necessarily against it, but not aware, how many of those people do we think actually... you know, just see stuff and go, it's probably a satellite. Doesn't even enter their head as anomalous there. Up till 4 last night. What time did we do? We did till almost 2, and I think that was enough for me. And Only Dora, welcome aboard. Where are you joining us from there? Elvis, the UFOs are not real. Well, that's the thing. You can definitely say that, you know, you don't think that the aliens are here. You can say that you don't think the UFOs, extraterrestrials, are from other planets. That's perfectly fine. You can do all of that. You know, that's a perfectly fine opinion to have, but UFOs are real. The category of unidentified is very much real. Many governments come out quite explicitly and say, look, there is something here, there is something going on, recognise across the board. What it is the next question. I lean to it, you know, being, you know, very interesting now. What's the big purple thing? That is Vega. Coming out as well, coming in with the shares. Eddie too, appreciate that, guys. It is the likes, the shares, the tapping away, all that sort of jazz there. That really does help us reach more and more like-minded people there like yourselves. And the more eyes and minds we get on the old phenomena, the more we can all piece this puzzle together. I've missed a 10-ton of gifts there. Sorry, guys. Dara, Janie, Lee, Scott as well there. Feeding Alan.
Nom, nom, nom. Thanks, guys.
GB Mister as well there. Dot as well sent the rose. And Meandering Photographer. Thank you, guys. Do appreciate that. Said all back into the stream. Where did we get down here? And you sent a treasure box as well there, Meandering. Thank you so much. That's very kind, guys. When you claim those coins, do make sure you thank Meandering for that one as well there. And Imogen as well. Thank you for the follow, Imogen Jade. And is Beetlejuice up yet? Not yet, Angela. It'll be a little bit later on in the season, probably a October time for us. We're going to probably start getting more of it there. It jumped ahead of me. That's why I'm at the bottom of the chat. So I need to go all the way back up and then scroll back down to here. And Patrick, there, I saw a large UFO pass over Lao Nay and disappeared. That's interesting. What did it look like? Was it like a shaped craft, classic saucer, triangle, or was it like a strange light in the sky? I want to see that one. And Joseph, how are we doing there? Wish Count for Bin Face all the best. As well. Oh, you didn't get the reference, Kate. So it's the Sandown Clown, all colours Sam. So it was Isle of Wight. Children reported seeing this. They tried to describe it as looking like a really bad clown. You see the images of it, but it's a paranormal, potentially UFO experience. Really weird encounter, and there's these childhood drawings of what he looked like. And but yeah, he referred to himself as All Colours Sam, and yeah, so it came up as that. Mr. How are we doing there? Astra is in 2, and the blue object was Count Pinface arriving for tonight's by-election there. 2222, make a wish. Oh, I'm 8 minutes behind in the chat there. Sorry, guys. And West Arcade as well. How are you doing? Thank you for the follow there. If you had to replace our moon with another planet, what would it be and why? The problem is the moon provides us with so much stability. It's so useful. If we put another object there, it would either, if we picked another moon from another planet, it wouldn't give us the same benefits that we need. It wouldn't stabilize our tilts, give us the tides and things like that. The weather would be a little bit fucking mental here. So you wouldn't want a smaller one, but then you don't want a bigger planet because that could then cause the opposite of worse problems. So I don't know. I like the moon being there. Victoria, how are we doing? Saturn, imagine Saturn. Oh, well, actually, if there wasn't the actual realistic issues, yeah, Saturn, I think, with it, just because the texture there, the rings up close, like you see in a sci-fi film when they go to another planet, you're like, oh, that would be awesome there. From Southsea and Portsmouth, not too far down the road, Meandering. You've been in before, haven't you? Your name rings a bell. And where are we down here? Jazz as well. Thank you for the follow. And H2 Water as well. Good to have you guys in. Do say hello. If you are just joining us tonight, we're doing our live UFO UAP Skywatch coming to you live from Wiltshire here in the UK, which is right in the heart of Crop Circle country and just down the road from Stone Henge. So we have a long history of weird and strange things in the sky. We're looking out for potential UFOs. It's meteor shower time as well, so I'm sure we'll see a few shooting stars as well tonight. We saw fucking loads last night. Really cool to see. Always beautiful. We had the Starlink train earlier as well. So there's always something going on around up there. There's a little faint one moving off just there. But yeah, it is going to be, I think, a good night, a lovely clear night for us. Make sure you're following, subscribed, whatever it is, wherever you are, because we're on pretty much every night. Clear skies, and it's a lot of them with all the heat we're having. It's the UFO UAP Skywatch. Cloudy nights, though, we do an alien radio signal hunt. We listen on what is called the hydrogen line, and that is the channel on the radio dial where scientists theorize we are most likely to hear a message from ET should they be up there. When the moon is up, I'm going to be bothered. It looks like that. We see strange things on, off, and around the moon as well, so hopefully you'll get those notifications if you're following and subscribed when we go live. You can join us looking out for the phenomena. But yeah, do say hello. Let us know where you're watching from. It might take me a second. I'm across 2 chats tonight, but I will get to your messages there. And bear worry, just finishing off the TikTok chat here. A few times, exactly, Meander. And you knew it rang a bell. Down here as well. There's Salisbury. Oh, you are very, very close by Compost. So, have you seen anything? Because Wiltshire is generally a weird, but in a nice, weird sort of way. Like, I didn't realise it's still moving here. I just thought, oh, it's lovely, rural sort of landscape. No. There are stones and circles and burial mounds everywhere. It's a strange place. And you look through the history books, so much weird folklore and stuff like that. Have you ever experienced anything? Katie as well, thank you for the follow there. And Christine as well. Christina, sorry, as well. Welcome aboard there. 36 here in Basingstoke. Adam, same. Absolutely bloody ridiculous. I don't know who I complain to. I'm debating becoming religious so I can ring up and go, wait, what's this about? And it's still so hot here and sort of it's awful. In this room, because it's south facing and it just holds the heat. Like, my bedroom is 30 degrees and it's even hotter in here at the minute. And you could tell it's setting all the electronics off tonight. Dan as well, welcome aboard. Good to have you in there. Kate as well coming in with the shares there. Thank you for that one. Right, Rio coming in with the gifts as well. Appreciate that. Right, anyway, back over quickly to the to the tube. So where did we get to down here? Vicky from West Yorkshire in there. Down here as well. I just finished going through a little over... oh, no, I did that one as well. Bugle there. Hi, by the way. Sorry, I got excited and I saw something move. 8-bit, no worries. Good to see you. How is your day going? Are you hot as well? Good use of the grid. Interactive grid. Yeah, no, TikTok chat is not letting me do the combined one. So it's only you YouTubers tonight, guys, that are able to set the squares off. So if you are on the vertical, guys, you're over on the tops. Definitely worth checking us out over here at the Thing UFO. There's more of the sky. It's round the right way. Less of my face. Also some other analysis. And you can also put the grid references in the chat. And, you know, it comes up for you there. What are you having such a sulk for? Stop it. Jesus. What do you mean low battery? You're plugged into the mains, damn it. Oh, I give up. I give up. It's going to be a disco tonight. Guys, for that one. Won't be staying for long there. My eyes are really tired. And I've been sitting here watching footage for 10 hours. Oh my God, yeah, you rest them up. Apparently, Google searches for my eyes hurt went up 5,000%. Joseph there and Duncan and Rio as well coming in with the gifts and feeding Alan.
Nom nom nom.
Alan,
Thanks,
you nearly
guys.
missed out on that one. Thank you for those. So it all goes back into the stream. Help us improve what we do. Same as the merch as well. Look, lovely Skywatcher t-shirts. So at the minute we're saving up to get the show on the road. A little bit more live on location Skywatchers. We want to kick off a UK UFO hotspot tour in Rendlesham Forest, the site of the 80s landing / crash, whatever it was back then. So we're excited. Hope to be very, very close because you guys have been incredibly, incredibly generous. And yeah, so we are actually like amazingly close. I'm like, shit, I actually have to do it now. I have to be like in that dark forest that's got all of that history for a very long time now. I'm going to get very scared there. Go and get into heaven there. Never mind the rich there. Damien, how are you tonight there? Well, I think, yeah, we're all screwed there. Radio Norwich, North Norfolk Digital. And I summarised the project Bob was on. Oh, you mentioned it earlier, didn't you? Reverse engineering program. They didn't lie. The purpose of the program, I surmise, was what can an adversary conceive from our captured tech. Oh, so you're saying it wasn't the reverse engineering alien tech. Bob was on a program to see what would an enemy state if they caught a downed, man-made UFO. What would they be able to understand from it there? 24 inhabitants. That's quite hot for you guys. That's tanning weather. Get the old sun cream out for that. Hit 93 Fahrenheit here in this part of West Yorkshire. It is. I want to switch over to Fahrenheit because it's a bigger number. It sounds much more dramatic. It was over 100. I think it was 109 was the peak we had Fahrenheit in this room there. What's your opinion on the amazing crop circles? Oh, I love the phenomenon. When you go in them, as we did, because we are right in the heart of crop circle country. Yeah, it is. They are phenomenal to be in there. Now, I'm sure there are a lot, if not maybe most man-made ones, but I don't think it adds up because they've been going on for a very, 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 very long time. Some of them are intensely complicated, and there's things that's a little bit big brain for me, but talk about, the actual damage to the crop that's only done through radiation potentially there as well. I think that's the plus for me, and also where are the fucked ones? Where are the ones where they've got interrupted halfway? Where's the one where they just was having a bad day? It's a bit wonky. You don't see them, do you? Where's the practice ones? That's one half of the argument, but the flip of that is, why is it almost exclusively in one county? Oh, it's not, is it? It's a couple of counties. But this part, in the southwest of the UK, you do get them in the US. You get them around places, but they're nowhere near as common as well. Crop circles and ley lines. What an unusual coincidence. Well, this is ley line capital as well. And G3 as well. You can't enter heaven thing if you're rich is misunderstood there. Jesus means if you're rich and worship your money, then you love money more than him. So can't enter heaven because of that. GT, thank you for that. Because honestly, there's a lot of things that we hear just sort of casually, religious statements and things like that. And then to the layperson, you hear that and you go, well, that sounds really dismissive. It still seems a little bit, old-fashioned and probably we're well beyond some of these things, but actually when you do the proper translations and stuff like that and you see where things have gone wrong, you go, oh, actually no, that does make sense. Okay, I'm coming around to some of this stuff. And UFOs don't have to be little green men. They can simply be something we don't know what they are. Well, exactly. And I think a lot of the stuff will probably turn out to be some sort of organic phenomena. but doesn't mean all of it is. I mean, there's such a wide range that's going on here. And why do we just expect that we would know by default? That's not how our brains worked. You know, we have to advance to be able to know that things can be with us all of the time, and we just do not understand it. We didn't really understand radiation, did we, for a long time? We didn't understand nuclear physics. You know, cavemen, if they had the knowledge, they could have built a nuclear reactor, but they didn't, because they didn't have any idea that it was possible. So, oh, that's another shooting star right there, I think. So yeah, you know, these things are around us. You know, it's just our ability to perceive them there. And UFOs, I know that you can't really prove that they aren't real. So this is and that I will actually give the skeptical side of this thing an argument there. Like, you can't prove a negative, can you? So we have to make sure that we're kind of being fair in the debate with it. But you know, they actually have to put in the effort too. The Jolly Green Giants. Oh, Green Giant. That was a cool memory unlocked there. Mr. Spock has 3 years, 2 pointed out, and a frontier. A frontier, I've not heard of that one there. The BBC are debunked a crop circle. So lots of people debunk things, but you've got to remember, are they any good? Like, did that person that's debunking it get it right? You know, because a lot of the time, people will throw something out there, and they're just outright wrong. You know, and depending on what your bias is, you go, oh, that fits my narrative, so yeah, and then vice versa. But again, we have to be careful as well. If somebody comes on here and it's saying, well, I've been on a spaceship to Alpha Centauri, and you go, well, I do believe aliens are coming in spaceships from Alpha Centauri, just because it matches up doesn't mean, you know, it slips by our filters there as well. But yeah, I've seen something. I think the BBC did a hatchet job as a popular one there. Now, doesn't mean that there, you know, that it is full-on aliens or anything like that, but yeah, I don't think it was a good case there. What's the Canadian Minister of Defence there reading a document in Congress that apparently the aliens gave to leaders of Earth there, and it was very interesting. I've not heard of that one, Damien. I know the Canadian Minister, an older Canadian Ministry of Defence, he was half read in on things. There's a few papers that are out of his. I think we've read a few on our deep dives, which were really interesting there, but I don't know of that one. And yeah, UFO stands for unidentified flying object. Exactly. And the modern term, which is UAP, which is unidentified anomalous phenomena. Unidentified anomalous phenomena. So it's about as vague of a definition as you can get there. So I prefer UFO there. And they're real, yeah, well, they are. You know, it's what they are is the thing. Now, I haven't had personally the experience where ETs landed in front of me, got out of the craft, and come along and, you know, hey, how you doing, Earthling? So, from my point of view, and I'm one of these fuckers that have to see it for myself, I have to reinvent the wheel, much to everyone's frustration. So I have to lean. I can't say definites, but I go, look, given the contextual evidence, given a lot of your experiences, a lot of things we read and people, I go, well, they sound like a very credible person. Again, it's limited data, but it points to there being something going on there. I definitely think it's a possibility, and as you can tell, I think it is worth my time to look into that phenomena more, but I haven't had those experiences yet. But I definitely think the plasmoids, the idea that sentient plasma life that's been with us here the whole time is one explanation for some of what's going on there. Bless the BBC for trying to debunk crop circles. They gave it a go there. They just made people more interested. They did, and it's amazing what people take away from the same program. Like, so people out there that go, there's nothing to all of this. They saw that and went, right, case closed. That's fine. It's a public source. They must have looked into it. They must be right. I don't have to think about this anymore. Other people come across that when I got frustrated, going, well, what are they trying to, you know, they're going to put people off, and other people going, hey, actually, you've spiked the interest of people for it there. Adrian, how are we doing there? SI68 as well. Evening, good to see you in. And Kelly, hello from Lizard. Again, Lizard. I've been looking at holidays in Cornwall. I need to get back down there. And the BBC showed a boat sailing over a curved water while the horizon was visible past the boat. What? I have to see it to see what you mean on that one. Have you got a link? I'd like to see it though, Johnny. And hello, Howard from Australia. Good to have you in. How is it down under? Are you guys getting like the ridiculous heat? I mean, it's ridiculously hot for you anyway, but are you getting like extra ridiculous at the minute? Are you affected by this? And I remember, is it Johnny Rotten trying to unveil a Jimmy? Oh, so yeah. So what did the BBC do? They banned Johnny. Yeah, exactly, Mars. It's just too much. Yeah, and you don't even have to have a big conspiracy theory. Like, if you've ever worked in a corporate structure, the amount of arse covering, and that's not my job. That's too much hassle. You know, it doesn't need a round table of conspiracy, and I think it probably was to a degree. But you know, they'd be surprised what the average person will cover up because of those. Good use of the grid, guys. I'm pretty sure Lee Royd Furlong is an alien. And into X-Files there, the creator has edited the 2008 movie. Redone the 2008. I saw the trailer, yes. I might have to give that one a watch there. Joseph as well as done. Thank you for the gifts. Appreciate that. All goes back into the stream. I'll be back over to you TikTokers as shortly. Just finishing up here on the tubes. It's too warm. It really is, Lucy. It's over 30 degrees in this room at the minute there. Where I can't see him on my chat. I can't see him on my chat. I'll have to have a look out there. But where? Maybe somebody's already got to it. I've not seen him in at all. Am I being dense? Has somebody already got to it? I don't know. I'll keep an eye out, but I'm not seeing... Yeah, I'm not seeing any is there. Maybe it's not showing them for me. I know some people have said, I've been messaging all night, and I've gone, I haven't seen anything. That is the official YouTube chat window as well. And Kieran there, when I was younger, I remember seeing out of my window a wooded area behind my house, and there was a spinning red, green and blue lights in a very large circle. Went on for a few seconds, sped up and gone, like up and off and gone. Because you think of, like, when you were young, what year was that as well? Because, I mean, you've got to remember, guys, we didn't have technology that did that, really. So there's not many other... not really many other explanations for it there. Immaculate Constellation there was a Madonna album. It sounded like one. 16 degrees, Rib, you're rubbing it in there. I can't actually. Is Kate, are you over on the able to get over onto the tubes to look for that? Because I literally cannot see. Literally cannot see. Yeah, not at all showing. Not at all. There. How you doing, Jedi? Good to see you there. 26 degrees in the southeast of London. That sounds cool. That sounds like ice at the minute there. How you doing, Rodney, as well? Connection. There is no connection with ley lines and crop circles. Is there not? I mean, I don't know. I'm not really sure fully. I've heard of a lot of the ley line stuff, but I don't know a lot about it at the minute there. And where was the name inspired? I thought the time created. Oh no, it's there having a chat. How the heck did see that a massive meteor just went from D1 to D3? Now I've got a big screen in front of me. I'm literally right next to the chat there, so I've got my eye on it. It's glossy though, so it depends if it's not on the right brightness. I don't know if you want to go to heaven there, Raf. Spend eternity with Auntie Nora and the gang, who we never went to see in Aruta. Doesn't sound too heavy to me. Hanging out with all those. Oh, my TikTok chat's just connected to this one there. Mr. Money, how are we doing? Good to see you in. And is it Seeley as well there from Denmark? Have you ever seen something you don't know what it is? Yeah, we have. We have a few times. There's various degrees of anomalous, but the proper ones, they're really like, no idea. It breaks physics. We've seen them a handful of times, and they are very, very cool. And just there, I didn't need a nuclear. I probably had lost better, cleaner technology there. Just thought, Josh, maybe. Like, I'm a big fan, actually, of pre-existing civilizations. There are certain things, though, that point to there could have been nuclear energy. There's a place they think is a natural, an organic nuclear reactor. Apparently, the chap, is it Leroy, Kate, was on. But I can't, being a problem, and I can't, not getting anything coming through, so I don't know if you can see it or if they've gone or if, but it's weird there. Thank you for having a look there. Yeah, there may be little clues that they did dabble with certain things there. And also, Paul, when Jesus said about rich man going through the eye of a needle is misunderstood, and it was not rich people going through a sewing needle. The eye needle was an entrance to a temple. Oh, interesting. And can beds be debunked? Not whether they've been bunked. No. If they've been bunked, they're that way permanently. There, FBL. Oh, so would that be why we're not seeing him? So that's frustrating. But that's obviously a YouTube problem. So the answer to the guys talking about somebody being a dick, the reason we can't see him is he's blocked, but you must be seeing him through some sort of flaw or something that's getting in the way. So sorry about that one. But YouTube doesn't actually allow us to ban people. It doesn't. It only allows you to hide them, essentially, so nobody sees them. Robotic as well, coming in.
Nom nom nom, thanks, guys.
Everyone's fair. It is just hot air. It is hot air at the minute. I hear the red dots, dead pixels. Jamesy, bang on. They really are. Oh, God, look, so much movement tonight there as well. Let's see if the tracker wants to work. It doesn't look like it tonight. No, it is really having a bad night, the tracker tonight. It's all the heat with the computers. They are not having fun. And yet the church and the cathedrals are dripping gold. Well, where are we down here as well? And Jedi there, I'm very chill there, just eating a whole tube of ice cream. Jedi, if there was a 24-hour shop near me, that's exactly what I'd be doing. TikTokers, I'll be over to you guys shortly. Mr. Money's in the house, thank you for the gifts there. Appreciate that. Who we got there? Zellard as a Compostic as well there, and somebody else coming in with the follows. Where are you guys joining us from? Do say hello, let us know where you're watching from tonight. I'm a bit behind in the chat, guys, but I will get to you all at some point soon. So yeah, do say hello, let us know where you're all watching from, and ask away any questions you may have. We're doing our live UFO at UAP at Skywatch tonight, coming to you live from Wiltshire here in the UK, which is right in the heart of Crop Circle country, just down the road from Stone Henge. So lots of strange things in these skies. And say little green man hasn't landed in front of you. Explain Alan. He didn't land, he got off a bus. I think he landed somewhere else. Correct. Where are we there? And is it RACM there? Where is the UFOs? Well, this is the thing. It's a hunt. We got to look. We got to pay attention. And what we need to do is we need to see that these objects up here, just like this one, we need to see them stop dead, shoot off at speed, change their course or trajectory, because that tells us that that object is not a man-made satellite, is not a shooting star or something called debris. They can't move like that. And when we do see that behavior, it is full on. We've got something very, very, very strange. So that's what we're paying attention for. You've got to follow them across the screen. They could change course at any point. They could do it there. If it doesn't mean that it's not something anomalous. It just means we don't have evidence to say otherwise. And statistically, going to be most likely something man-made there. Another two faint ones there, one there as well. And Rib, so why announce yourself as a lady if you're an oh yes. That took in there, and I thought UAP was unidentified aerial phenomena, but I too prefer the old one. So that was the first incarnation of it, Mars, apparently. So yeah, it was unidentified aerial phenomena, but it didn't cover the things like the USOs and things like that. So they needed to widen the definition, because look, they go in the water now. They're transmedium craft, so they had to make it as generic as possible there. Without the antennae, the tech, the majestic building is used to maybe hold, and now is material spending for the ones. You do wonder, are we looking at these constructions wrong? And 15 years ago, we were in traffic next to a little farm in Rotherham, and I saw two black oval-shaped things look like large dinner plates rotating above the ground, and they weren't attached to anything. What explains something like that as well? 15 years ago, not really drones like that technology. Cows do crap circles, they do. And why do you need to go to court? Because it's just lovely, Jenny. It's just lovely. Like a lot of childhood holidays that way. So for me, it's one of the few places where I can kind of chill out occasionally. But I'm not driving at the minute, so it's not the best for public transport. And isn't winter in Australia right now? You know what? Good point. Good point there, Meandering. And anyone remember the Kelly's ice cream advert? Absolutely right. What was that one? I'll catch you later, Raf. There, I'm trying to find Saturn, but the trees are in my way there. Do I need to wait longer so it's higher up? So good question. I don't know relative to where you are, but normally, yeah, it'll either be going up or it'll be going down depending on where it is at the minute. I imagine at this time probably going up, but I don't know specifically from what bit you're in there. Dr. Phil interview with David Grush today was Scooby. I didn't know old Dr. Phil did a Grush interview. I liked both of those. What did you take? Did you think it was good, bad, or ugly? Adrian as well. I have seen multiple phenomena last month whilst on the Pembrokeshire coast. Oh, that's a part of our tour. That's part of our hotspot tour. So looking forward to that. What did you see? Let us know. That is phenomenal. Thank you for sharing that one. Appreciate that. Connect free. We win a prize. It's our first alien abduction whilst live online. Josie, can you imagine, like, if when we're doing the live on locations, you see the light beam me up? You wouldn't believe it, would you? The length, breadth, width, and length of time collapse into each other in the presence of a larger mass, or the sun and the great attractor. Apparently so. And cold, damp cloths, the neck and the wrist better. That's a good point, actually. Normally I've got my little bun on me when it's this hot. And don't forget to hit the likes. Thank you there, Mars. Appreciate that. Guys, it is the likes, the shares, the tapping away. All of that sort of jazz that really does help us reach more and more like-minded people there like yourselves. And the more eyes and minds we get on the phenomena, so the more we can all piece this puzzle together there. You never know who's going to come in and what experience with the phenomena. They're highly strange that they are going to share. Astra there and Procry as well. Thank you for the follows. Where are we in from? Rio. Appreciate the gifts there. Ladybird, welcome aboard. And Rio there coming in with extra gifts. Again, it all goes back in the stream. At the minute, we're saving up for a Starlink, which we're very, very close to. So we can do the lives on locations. And connects to all of you guys there. Meandering as well. Appreciate the roses. Grush doesn't want a government position. They're happy with what he's doing at this time. Did he come out of anything new? Did he come out? Mr. Money there, go at your messages now. Sorry it's taking so long there. Marcus, how are we doing there? Zanko as well. Did anyone see a red UFO? That's a good question. That is a good question. We did see an orange object earlier, but it wasn't displaying any anomalous movement, so we can't say UFO yet. 31 in Yorkshire. Was that the peak today or right now? And 21 tonight near Brighton. Oh man, actually that sounds quite nice. You had a bad train crash there today, didn't you guys? And I've seen a red object yesterday flying with crazy speed. It was scary. I would agree. Like, I crave to have these experiences. But also, like, what am I getting myself in for? Like, seeing something like that outside, would scare the living hell out of me. And you guys probably get to see me do it on stream. And I saw some orbs that were making a crop circle, and it was on video. Robotics. So I saw a video. It's a really old one, so it's definitely pre-AI. And it was somebody who was on holiday near Stone Henge, they're renting a cottage, and it's really early hours in the morning. One of those really old VHS video cameras, and there were these big bright orange balls just circling the field, kind of in front of the holiday cottage there. Really grainy, but really clearly anomalous. And the next day, big crop circle there that was well known and established. So, I mean, I don't know. I haven't checked the authenticity of the video, but it kind of matches up. And, you know, I definitely think it could be there. And it fits in with the really old accounts as well. I've started reading a lot of books about the local phenomena, not just the UFO stuff, but all the weird folklore stuff. And again, you know, devil mowing was one of the things I used to think it was, you know, seeing these fires in the field, and then it'd come back and, you know, the crop had been mowed for them and flattened, and they wouldn't harvest it because they thought it was bad. So it's been going a long time. And Kieran there, it must have been around 2008 there I saw the lights. They just shut up, and it was so strange there. Again, you have an experience like that, and you know, it's got to do something. It's got to kind of set that switch off in the brain, isn't it there? What is going on? 28 in Devon, that's a bit more friendly. Heatwave can do one now. Illusion, it could have done one about 2 months ago. I think I've now just become continental. It is warm down. It's 36 today, and I think it's about 31 in this room right now. And the UFO communities need to unite and not fall for the gatekeeper division tactics. Well, I can very much agree with that. I don't know what our chances are, though. I don't know what our chances are, sadly. Kate as well there, and Oyo, how are we doing, guys? Thank you for the follows and the shares there. Appreciate that. It's how, a little flash on screen, it's how the platforms know to share the stream. I'm going to turn that off because that is a piece of crap. Anyway, yeah, you never know who's going to come and what experience the phenomena they're going to share. And Miley, sorry, what are those moving stars? So they are actually things in orbit of the Earth. And what happens is that they're flying around, you know, in orbit. And this time of year, particularly, the sun, although it's gone around for us here on the surface, it's still quite visible. So those objects actually have a direct line of sight to the sun. They're reflecting that light back down to us. So that's how we're able to see it. They're bouncing the sunlight back down to us. So most of them are going to be man-made satellites like Starlink and things like that. But also, you see how like this, we get the flash off of this, off of my light there. It's a similar sort of thing. But again, ET flying from A to B, there's not much to avoid up there. It probably knows where it's going. So that's going to be a straight line, consistent speed, which is exactly like a man-made satellite. Now, what we're looking out for is that anomalous movement there. We're looking to see these objects stop dead, shoot off at speed, change their course or trajectory, because that tells us for sure that it is something strange. Man-made stuff cannot do that as well. And Lee,
Nom nom nom. Thanks,
coming in
guys.
feeding Adlan there. So keep spotting out, look out for those anomalies. Good use of the grid, guys. I think it's now interactive grid should be working across both, he says. We'll see. UFOs real? I like there's their life out there. Josh, really, really good question. So there's a few answers to that one. It's not a simple one, sadly. But UFOs, the idea that there is very strange stuff in our skies, sometimes seas, there, that the governments don't know what they are, as far as we know. Big questions that, very unlikely to be things that we could guess at, and it's not a strange weather phenomenon. It's not likely to be man-made technology because these things act in very, very strange ways. So the big unidentified category is well established, publicly known, publicly out there. Since the 50s, it's been publicly available that there is weird shit going on. Now, the specifics like aliens actually reaching us here on Earth. Now, a lot of people do say they've had those experiences. I haven't had one myself, but there's a plausibility to it, and there's a lot of people coming out now talking about that. So I lean very, very, very strongly that we could be being visited and along those lines. But not just that. Life out there in general is all but guaranteed. We're so close to being able to confirm it. And I think that's been one of the barriers for mainstream people going, well, we don't even know if there's life out there. So what, let alone life reaching us here? Well, the reason we didn't know is we didn't have the technology to check, but now we're getting there. We can actually see that. Oh, that was cold. Thank you, darling. Breath away. Actually, I'm going to put it in my head. Hello. So it's hot. So the it's calling me down now. We now know that there's planets around those other stars. I mean, it sounds basic, doesn't it? But for the longest time, scientists didn't know that if around this star here there were planets. But we are starting to look, and it looks like they are bloody everywhere. Now, specifically this star Vega, there isn't, as far as we can tell, and we don't expect it to be because it's a very young one and it won't last very long. But most of them are going to have planets like our solar system, and therefore life is probably just abundant. And again, there are lots of signals there. We can just about check the atmospheres of these planets now, very, very basically. But it's looking like there are signs that there is gases and things that in those atmospheres that only life, as far as we know it, can make. It's very, very, very plausible. Don't open a telescope shop in Scotland. It's always cloudy. Honestly, it's doing obviously other than this year, because it's just been it's clear skies, which is fantastic. Last year, trying to do this, I picked the wrong stream. Doing a Skywatch in the UK, it's always bloody cloudy. And if money is the root of all evil there, why does the church have planned out a collection pot? It's a good angle there. A bit of both. It is, I think, it's working intermittently. So I've got them open manually, but so I'm working a little bit through them both. So we'll see how we get on. It says it's working, but I might have to if I don't see another tick. No, I'm seeing the odd TikTok one come through. So look at a migraine cap there. You can put it on the freezer filled with gel. Actually, that would be a good little workaround. Ice cream is costing me a fortune, definitely. The amount of money we're spending on ice poles and ice lollies is crazy there. And Marcus put in a treasure box. Thank you, Marcus, for that. I appreciate that. All goes back into the stream there. Do so. Make sure you said thank you to him. And coming in with the follows there, Shant, as well. Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't... I'll make sure I've not come to that one. 2151 is the messages for TikTok that I'm getting. And Drewski, how are we doing there? So disappointed with the fake eclipse there. It's a joke. It was a partial. And I've got something like that spare, but this owl sitting just outside my window isn't helpful. And you know what they say, Loch Lomond, about the owls? Just say taken. What's the phone? What's that? Sorry, what was the phone? Old Samsung bit. Tay, but seen. What's that? But it's. I don't get that one. Sorry, Josh. Didn't follow that one. Evening, Drewski. How are we there? Where are we down here as well? And Rib there. Bloody cuckoos this year did my head in. I can understand you. I'm not seeing those ones, sadly. Rizzy, how are you doing there? Where is the UFOs now? This is the question. We're looking out for them. It's a hunt. We have to pay attention. We have to watch the objects as they're moving across the screen and see if they are displaying the behaviour. It does happen quite regularly for us. There's different degrees of anomalous, though. And I think you guys know there was a really bright one that stopped and changed direction. Robotic, I didn't see that one. Change direction. Good spot in there. Well, that's 22:53 you sent that message. So, hopefully we'll be able to get that one clipped. Had to get them shut the window last night. Not in this weather. Not in this weather. And Kate as well. I don't. No patience like from spamming. Okay. Where are you guys down there? There's a nice bright one coming in. The purple star is the purple shit. The purple star is called Vega. It is. It's 26 light years from us there. Manta B as well. How are we doing there? It's a UFO topic show. It always goes sideways, though, Scooby. It always goes sideways. Anyway, guys, if you are just joining us, we are doing a live UFO UAP Skywatch tonight. We're currently live from Wiltshire in the UK. It might as well be the surface of the sun. It's bloody hot. Hence my wonderful headdress there. We're looking at UFOs, all the strange things in the night sky. Should we zoom in on this one? Good use of the grid.
Mode activated.
We're looking for these sorts of objects, but we need to see them stop dead, shoot off at speed, change course or trajectory to know for sure that they are highly, highly strange. So keep your eyes on them, and yeah, do say hello in the chat as well. Let us know where you're watching from. Wonder what all the satellites do. Illusion. Well, we know most of them are Starlink. Like, literally most of them. Out of the 16,000, I think 11,000 are Starlink. But the rest, it's all the other things. And there's two of them calling each other. They must be starving. They don't seem to be doing much hunting. What are they talking about? Oh, is that the ice cream chat? I've seen a couple of messages on ice cream. If you're here for the Meteors, consider checking out the YouTube for a wider view of the sky. Good question. Good point there, Kate. Guys, if you are on the TikToks, that's what it looks like. Less of my face, more of the night sky. It's around the right way. Better view all round there at the thing UFO. Oi, oi, how are you doing? Just getting to you there. It was the devil in the corn in the 60s. Yes, exactly. It's the same phenomena, it seems, but it's been interpreted through different cultural lenses throughout the whole time. There, Debbie, welcome aboard. Where are you joining us from tonight? And Skygazer, how are you doing? Good to see you. And travelled from A4 to A1 there, and dimmed, glowed the whole way. Some of their lighting behaviour, it's not slam dunk anomalous, but you get the gut feeling from. You see them over time, all different brightnesses, speeds, different variations on that as well. And occasionally you see one, you go, oh, that is interesting there. And the meteor shower is still happening. It is still. We've seen two, I think, tonight. I think we've seen two. Having an old 386 sector motherboard on many sats is an advantage in the age of cyber warfare. They can't hack them fast enough. That's a good point, actually. You know, sometimes it is the older technology becomes so incompatible with modern stuff, it actually filters out a lot of people. Guy Gazer, good to see you there as well. Down here as well. Oscar, how are you doing there? Sorry, it took me a while to get you. Where are we? And I always see flying saucers until I bought the wife a dishwasher. Bad books there. Oh, I'm not sure if you saw the comment. You said, I had to go, sadly. Oh, yes, I did see that one, Oscar. So sorry to hear about that. It's really, really awful news there. But, yeah, that is a hard time for everyone there. Saw the Meteors there. Made me think of, wow, that's a phenomenal experience, seeing them from that perspective. God, I hadn't even thought of that one. But definitely hearts with you and your family there, Oscar, there. It's a good alignment, isn't it? Sometimes there are these things that happen at these sorts of times, and it really does make you think. Leanne's probably told the story before, so I won't go into detail, but sadly she lost her mother a few years back, and there were just a few things that happened around that time. It does make you think. And tried to film the meteor shower last night too. Too much light pollution. Oh, it was right over the light polluted part of town, so it wasn't as clear as this for us, but we did see some good ones there. Long hair suits me. I've never had long hair, and part of me's going, it's mostly grey now anyway. Should I do it once before I pop it? Should I try the long? I might end up joining a band though. How are we doing, Lethal? Thank you for the gifts there. Appreciate that. Very far behind the chat, but we'll get to your messages, guys. And I haven't. Oh no, you're having a chat there. Greetings, Joseph. How are we doing tonight? Love the hair. I can throw it back in disgust. And Inspector Morse, good to see you. And Josh, have you been to the Scottish Triangle? Is it Falkirk? And yes, too many peeps. Speaking of now there, gotta be in our time. Was it black and white for the masses, I mean? Oh, I know what you mean there. Yeah, it's, I mean, we like that. That seems to be the human trend throughout time. It's black and white thinking, isn't it? Binary thinking, yes or no, good and evil, and all this sort of stuff. And again, that doesn't change. And this is the thing. We figure out, okay, maybe we were wrong about this particular thing or not. But the problem is that we are designed to do that. Our brains want to save space. Oh, there's another shooting star right there. Perfect. You know, so if they can collapse something down to a generalization, not think anything more of it, it saves calories. And we need to kind of work against that one, or we're going to keep tripping ourselves up. But yes, Falkirk Triangle is on the tour list. Hold on. Tour t-shirt time, guys. Tour t-shirt. So you probably heard me prattling around the minute. I said it always goes back into the stream, where it's the merch, the gifts, the memberships, all that sort of jazz. All goes back in. But yeah, at the minute it's going to get a Starlink, so we can actually connect to these satellites and do our live stream from everywhere in the UK. Lots of hotspots. This is our custom tour t-shirt we're doing to celebrate that. Link in bio. UK map with all of the like UFOs and the things that were seen in all the locations, but the band style location list on the back. So the reason I've got it up here is we are doing Scotland, Loch Ness, Calvine, Decmont Law, the Falkirk Triangle, Bonnybridge. So I think Bonnybridge and Decmont Law are both in that sort of range. Up north, Ilkley Moor, Pendle Hill and Todmorden. Midlands and Wales, it's Cannock Chase, Berwyn Mountains and Broadhaven. The south and south west is Rendlesham Forest. That's where I'm going to start from. Clay Hill, which is literally the same town that I'm in now. We haven't done it yet. And Bodmin Moor. But we're probably going to add another one of the moors there, maybe Dartmoor as well for that. But also, what was it? Bempton Coast in Yorkshire. That's got to go on that list as well. So that's what we're aiming for there. Kate coming in with the shares, appreciate that. This is the likes and shares, guys, the tapping away, all of that jazz that helps us reach more and more like-minded people there like yourselves. And so the more eyes and minds we get on the old phenomena, the more we can all piece this puzzle together there. Oh, Trevor, the face on Mars. Awesome. The first time I saw that in a book in a library was really, really cool. It blew me away. It's like the world of possibility opened up. That was definitely kind of like a seminal moment, I think, you know. I don't know how they do it, guys. I'm just trying to cool down here. There we go. Call me Sam of Arabia. Any aircraft? Oh, should we check if there is anything locally on the on flight radar? Have we got anything? It's a bit laggy tonight, but I don't think we've got anything aircraft-wise locally. Nope. I think we're good there. And if life, this X, isn't out there, who's flying these hundreds of UAPs? Because certainly we aren't there. Maybe a couple. I'll give that. There. And did I enter an Egyptian stream? I have got the Egyptian outfit. Did you ever see our Quest stream, Agent X? I walk like an Egyptian. I start dancing. Yeah, looks like a nun. Don't get me started. I love a good excuse for a costume, guys. And is it G3 there? My trump card with the whole is there life out there is this equals nature has never created one of anything. Where there is one, there is another, and another, and another, which also ties into probability. G, spot on. If there is one, there is another. There is obviously that tiny chance that we're just unique, but it's so ridiculously small that is the case. We should never really bother exploring that until there's some really bloody good evidence. It's mainly just the fact that we haven't been able to look, and we're just gone, well, maybe there probably isn't, which is not the right way to think about it. But there is just a hell of a lot of clues that life could be out there, even with our limited technology. I mean, look to Earth. Look at life here on Earth, how diverse it is, the range of species and organisms for every niche, every environment. There's got to be a hell of a lot of it out there. And hello from Croatia. Nita, how are we doing tonight? Good to see you. How are your skies? Is it hot where you are? It's bloody hot here there. What's the green wig there on your head, Jedi? It's cooling me down. It's a damp cloth. It's bloody hot in this room. It's over 30 degrees. Just look down at you on the camera and we're so confused with the headwear. It's hot. It's hot. For all the cold. You lost your chat for a long moment there. Oh, did you? Spinning. I think words. YouTube is having a bit of a technical. We're having technical issues. I think YouTube probably is as well. Nice wig. Wigs, you know, I haven't done wigs on stream. That could be a fun one there. Look like my sister Mary. Well, you know, what a good-looking sister you've got there, Adam. It's a 4 past midnight in Croatia there. That means I am only 8 minutes behind in the chat. That's not too bad. That B1 good flashing there. Probably totally missed it now. Keep your eyes on it though. Again, was it stationary flashing? Because that is the real interesting one there. Popped away for a moment there. Why am I dressed? I'm hot. Not cold, I'm hot. I'm trying to cool myself down with a damp. It's meant to be a cooling thing. Apparently you get it wet and you can flick it out. It is, to be fair, quite cool. Lee from Gillingham in Kent there. I love that. I've got some friends in Gillingham. How is it over your way at the minute? Guys, if you're new here, excuse the hot head wear. I'm very hot. We're doing a live UFO, a UAP Skywatch night there, coming to live from Wiltshire here in the UK, which is right in the heart of crop circle country and just down the road from Stone Henge. So a long history of the weird and wonderful, strange and anomalous in these skies. Tonight should be no exception. So do say hello, let us know where you're watching from, and yeah, call out anything you see. If you do type the grid reference into the chat, A2 for example, a box will appear drawing my eye to it, and also the chats, and if it's good I'll zoom in on it there as well. Do try and predict, if it's a moving object, try and predict the one it's going to be in, because there's a little bit of lag there. But yeah, do say hello, ask away any questions, we want to hear from you all there. Make sure you're also following, subscribed, whatever it is, wherever you are, because we are on pretty much every night. With all the clear skies, there's a lot of UFO skywatches there. And what are those dark, faint red spots? Good eagle eyes. You got one there, you got one there, you got one there, and you got one there. They are sadly dead pixels on the camera, because I am poor. It's me, how are you doing there as well? What are the... Oh no, I've done that one, and Joseph as well for that one. Debbie as well from Bexhill. Bexhill. My grandparents used to live there. Not been back in years. How is it? Not a terrorist. Not that you know, Lucy. It might be. Actually, by the Home Office definition. There. How are we doing, Lethal? And Joni as well. There. I've seen my second shooting star tonight. Excellent. The later it gets, the more and more come through. We did end up seeing quite a few last night in the end. But we're going to get a few more. We're going to get a few more. And as Kate says there, we're across 2 chats tonight, so hopefully we will start to clear up soon. But yeah, do give me a minute, I'll get to your messages there. More faster on the TikTok, I think. Normally it's the other way around, actually. Normally the tubes is faster there. And Drewski coming in with the gifts, thank you for those. Caught another big one, excellent there. Lee Scott, catch you later, thank you for joining us there. I think it was just the SAS. Hey, yeah, kind of along those lines. Can you imagine? Oh, I can barely run up the stairs. See much more on the tubes. The tubes is the preferential viewing experience, guys. And Oscar, there was basically no light pollution, so I set a timer and counted 8 meteorites in a minute. Really? That has got to be a phenomenal experience. You know what? You could do that, couldn't you? Because you know the meteor showers do come by quite often. You could plan to do a flight during that time. Amazing, Oscar. Massive change in direction before interesting. We've got a few of these now. That was 2307. So see if we can clip that one. I'm not used to not having the tracker on now. I've become lazy with it because I see the dots and my eye struggles to follow them and do this at the same time. Normally with the tracker, it's showing the lines moving across the screen. In fact, give me 2 seconds. Let's see if we can will the gods into it working again. There we go. It's just going to go dark screen, but maybe resetting it might help. Probably not. I don't think we're going to have the luck with it. It has been struggling for a while. It's not totally frozen. Maybe it'll pick something up in a minute. There we go. There we go. Tracker's on for the minute. It'll break again, guys. It was magical up there. God, I can't even imagine how cool that would have been. And a better view over here. I think's okay. And sorry late there. I was taking pics of my window of the fireworks. Awesome. That's a good reason. There's some amazing ones on your profile there. Love that one, Lethal. Tag us and I'll see them. I was Mossad. There were hints here and there. I wouldn't survive in anything like that. I mean, look, I've got to admit, right, I think most lads will probably agree with us there. There's part of us that always wouldn't mind doing a bit of James Bond, you know, the old MI6 sort of stuff. Like, obviously, never skilled for anything like that. But I'm so bloody belligerent, I cannot follow orders any way, shape or form. I'd have had a bullet in my head. In the media, a bit of luck, that didn't work out for me as a career path there. Oh, too many people talking there. Yeah, TikTok is normally busier for the chat there. And Emma out there as well. How are you? Well, I'm all good. How are you? I'm a bit warm, but where are you joining us from tonight? Oh, that's an interesting one. That's interesting 2 or 3.
Zoom mode activated.
Oh, no, that is weird. That is weird. The way that they're blending into each other. Oh.
Anomalous object confirmed.
Oh, I wasn't sure if that was... I was going to say space worms, which is code for it's a bird or a bat flying over, but that was straight. That was a very, very straight course. But the way they were interacting there did not look like meteors. They were going in and back again. Birds, do we think, guys? That's interesting. Did you see the meteors? Oh, PB, we did. We saw loads. How about yourself there? Post your photos of Saturn on the Discord there in the general section. Well, you tried. I'll have a look. I'll have a look if I've not seen those ones already. And easy there. Yeah, aliens. That's what we're on the lookout for. Well, technically UFOs. Are they alien? I ain't got the information to say, but, I mean, we're not left with many other things, are we? Right, are you going to work now? My little green light. There we go. Get used to that. It'll probably stop breaking a bit. And it's been a bit missing out. Oh god, it really has tonight there. And coming in with is that share or follow that notification? It's not telling me. Becky there, welcome aboard. Where are you joining us from tonight? Love a bright one coming in. All right, the tracker's working now. Mars appears to be a plasma sculpted there, scars and a vast scale there. But when? So that I'm really interested by that. You know, the talks that there. I mean, is it Valles Marineris, whatever it is. It's like the Grand Canyon, but a billion times bigger and deeper. This big scar in the Earth of Mars, far too big to be plate tectonics, and we don't even know if Mars ever had plate tectonics. It doesn't actually look like it did. So it's like, what causes that absolute chasm there? Our theory could be like a plasma ejection, either between planetary bodies or maybe from the sun, solar flare or something causing that damage. It's a very interesting, I think, place to be looking there. Yeah, in sun there, excellent there, and snap. Vast plasma scars. I would agree. And there's argument as well here on Earth, you know. Evening training cards, how are you doing there? Oh, well, we just had that one that you probably caught. A few shooting stars as well. Yeah, Lawrence of Arabia, exactly, bloody Colt. It wasn't too far, don't think, down the road here. It's Dorset, wasn't it? It's only the county over where he come off his bike. From Cork there, Stephen. Good to have you in there. Hope we're getting something. Hopefully, yes. Hope it's a lovely clear night, so fingers crossed there. Seen anything in the skies there, Stephen, your way. Very active, the skies of Ireland there. And I confirmed a top secret leaked program, and it helps YouTube, I'm sure, possibly. Just the one flash on all of them so far. Interesting there. It is Lee. It's bloody hot, hence the rag damp cloth on my head. Just one, like maybe 2 minutes before there was it. It could have been a glitch, but one of the lights moved across, and then it stopped and started blinking like pulses, like a heartbeat. And that's slam dunk anomalous there, Robert. We're gonna have to find that one because that sounds bloody crazy there. Good spot in there, Henry, in B2. That comes up on the grid. I can't see myself, but this honestly, it's a big screen, guys. But where it's glossy and it's not an OLED like a phone, you don't see a lot there. And Welsh there, but because of the wildfires here in Valleys, I can't see a thing now. Oh God, yeah. That is awful. Quite a few places are really, really struggling with all of that one. There, Anastasia coming in with the shares. Thank you for that. Much appreciated. That's how we reach you guys. So it is the likes, the shares, the tapping away, all of that stuff there, guys. It really does help us reach more and more like-minded people like yourselves. And say the more eyes and minds on the phenomena, the more we can all piece this puzzle together. You never know who's going to come in and what experience with the phenomena that they are going to share. As well, and it's Trim as well. Thank you for the follow. Where are you in from tonight? Do say hello. Spinning is right on the box line. That was B2, wasn't it? I'll have a look. Zoom in. I've got 0 timestamps for tonight. Don't worry, Kate. I've try and see if the clipping thing works. I've been pressing the button. Excuse me. Oh, sorry, guys. Jaw's gone. Lock and reload, welcome aboard. Thank you for the follow there. The wildfires here in the Washington. Oh yeah, no, I did that one there. Is it Carl as well from Essex? Excellent, that's my home turf. How often do you get to see the UFO UAP during the sky hunts? Really good question. We've had a really good run of clear nights, and if anything, we've seen slightly less than we normally do, which is weird. I'm trying to think of why that could be. But there are ranges of what we see. The slam dunk anomalous, the strange movement that is just, there's no plausible reason other than, UFOs, the unidentified. That is, your top level. We've seen that a handful of times over the last year. We've been doing this 4 or 5 times maybe. Then there's the middle ground of one-offs, we call them, which is it's not giving us the movement, so we can't say 100%, but we've only ever seen one of these objects, and satellites are obviously in orbit. They go round and round again. You see lots of, they all look very similar, and the weather affects it, but then there'll be multiple that kind of look whatever the difference is there. So there's a range, but we did see a couple of things last time. We saw something earlier. Is the meteor shower still happening? It is, and we've already seen a few. I think we've actually seen probably more this night at this time than we had last night at this time, which was the peak there. We have a Tehran fleet. I think the name rings a bell, and I want you to choose a couple of things to do on your phone there, Lethal. Perfect. And you have to whip them into shape, Kate. Evening, Lethal. No, they're over on the tubes there. And Stephen there, sorry I'm late. No, you don't be sorry. It's all good to see you whenever it's convenient there. But I from the other side of the pond there. And I'm guessing it's like 1:15 or 1:20 over there. But it's 6:15 over here. And I wait until it gets dark. So I always forget the time zone. Really, I'm a nightmare for it. But at the minute, we are 23 minutes past 11 p.m. So not quite that late just yet. There, Bliss, as well, coming in with the gifts. Thank you for that one as well. All goes back into stream. Strangely, some of the movement is strange there. They weren't your average space, but they really, yeah. That one's confused me. I was all light on this side of the pond there, but still enjoying this. Oh, I'm glad to hear it. But I have to wait until it's dark over here till I can break up my telescope. Break out your telescope there. And if you get anything good, we want to see it over on the Discord. Timestamp, 23:17 for the anomaly. Thank you for that one. If we're starting at 5 to 10, we can do that. We can do the maths on that one. I'm hoping my clipping button is working again, because that makes it a hell of a lot easier. Robotic was in earlier, and space, it's beautiful, man. After yesterday, I'm getting a telescope. That is brilliant. Like, again, the more looking up, you know what? Somebody else mentioned that one to me actually today. A family member expressed an interest in a telescope. I was like, I didn't know that you would be curious in that, and I think they should definitely get one, because yeah, the more people looking up, just appreciate. You don't have to worry about the UFOs or anything like that. It is just the sheer wonders of the size and scales of space and the possibility of what's going on. I find endlessly awesome there. And Bartman coming in there, feeding Alan.
Nom nom nom, thanks guys.
Batman, sorry. What am I saying? Bartman. Batman. God, you can tell I'm getting hot there. Thank you for feeding Alan there. Appreciate that. All goes back into the stream. Flash and Flash 1, B2 and A1. So it's a moving flash. Keep your eye on it. Oh, it would be late now, but and Geo there as well. As I think everyone knows, I'm the local skeptic and happy to shoot down all objects that I have conventional explanation. And those are free close objects I honestly don't have an instant logical explanation for. Interesting, because Geo, yeah, no, you're right, but you're a good skeptic with this one, and you've come in with some really interesting information. So very valued there. I'm surprised because like. Yeah, like the closest thing for that, if we're going to have to, is got to be birds. But I've never seen birds, bats, whatever it is, insects that are flying across the camera, not be doing this. You know, they're never precise like that, and they were on a very straight trajectory there, but they seem to be lower down in the atmosphere because they weren't reflecting that light back. That's why they come across darker. But they seem to be overtaking again, which again isn't behaviour of satellites. They don't overtake it. If they overtake, they don't. Then the other one can't overtake it again. That's not how it works. It's very interesting there, especially coming from yourself. And Avi as well. About an hour ago, I saw a burning mass fly across the sky just outside of North London. A meteor. Oh yeah, it could have been. We are in the middle of a meteor shower. Did it have any colour to it, or was it bright white or green maybe? Get my cooling rag down there. Brumway is, it's Brumway. How are your skies up there? Were you too close to the city, or did you still get some good stuff there? Oh, space is beautiful after yesterday. Definitely, I love that. And a straight line, and then suddenly it moves in any direction. That's what looks odd. So yeah, if it is a straight line and then changes direction. If it's in orbit rather than within the atmosphere, we don't have technology to do that. In the atmosphere, obviously we have planes and helicopters, but essentially the higher altitudes, the faster you really have to be going. Stationary isn't much of an option without technology there, and therefore the longer the turning circle. So you will see the arc kind of like that, you know, closer to a 90-degree turn. Doesn't have to be quite, but the closer to that sort of defined turn, the higher up it is, the more and more anomalous it becomes. And Essex here too. How you doing, Lauren? How is our lovely Essex there? And Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday next week are a lot cooler, and I am looking forward to that. And hello from the state of Tennessee, Barbara. Always good there. How are your skies? I say skies tonight. It's not dark enough here yet, is it? And anybody seen 3 boomsticks from Pendle Hill fly past? Boom, boom. That's probably what we saw just a minute ago. It was 3 objects racing each other. I'm not saying, no. There. And is it a large testicle there? Ever seen one? What, a UFO or a large testicle? Both yes is the answer to that. There, but yeah, no, we do get to see things. We do. There it is. Again, it's not necessarily all of the time, but we'll normally get something either in the class 1 or class 2. The one-off that we've not seen it before, but it's not enough evidence to say it's definitely anomalous. Just like the object we saw a minute ago there, we're just talking about. And then there's normally a lot more of the class 1s, and that's interesting. But again, there's reasons for it there. 4D battle map, what's that there? Land, sea and air, including sats, is awesome. Now that would be quite cool. And what are all the purple stars in the triangle in B2 and a B3? So, good question. This one here is Deneb. There, that is a star about, they think, is it 2,600 light years away or 26,000 light years away? I can't remember. I'm going to say 2,600, I think it's more. It's up to. This one here, I don't know if you can see it on TikTok if it's gone round yet, but we'll zoom in.
Zoom mode activated.
This beautiful purple beauty here, this is Vega, 26 light years away from us here on Earth, burning much hotter and brighter than our sun, about 300 times the size. So I think it's kind of similar to the difference in size between the Earth and the Moon. Like, well, if the Moon is our sun, Vega is the Earth, no, sorry, not the Earth and the Moon. The Moon and the Sun, sorry. So yeah, it is quite a substantial difference there. But yeah, that's 26 light years away. That's 26,000, and that is a light year is how far light travels in a year. So that is a snapshot of what that star looked like 26 years ago. It could have blown up 10 years ago, and we won't know for another 15 years. Nothing travels faster, as far as we're aware, than the speed of light there. And I lost all pictures, and now I've got you back. I've got no volume. Oh, is it just Mars? Is anybody else having a sound issue there? Or is it might be, my device might need resetting. And Scottish Air Ambulance above the house. And I think someone is in the river. Oh, it's going up and down. Oh, God, yeah, this time. That is not good. You're going to be in the evening, dear, there. And C3 is the 3 lights closer together there. Mintaka, the 3 sisters. Lucy, maybe. Is that on C3? I have to manually align myself. You know what? I don't know. It may be. Somebody normally will for those ones. Should we check on the old flight radar, see if we've got anything up in the local area? Tubers, it has to have a salt first. There we go. I don't think we've got any air traffic. Doesn't look like we're picking anything up in the old radar tonight. So yeah, no planes to worry about tonight. Matty is in there and robotics back. How are we doing, guys? Where are we in the chat? Sorry, guys, there. Bat as well. Thank you for all the follows and shares there. Barbara too, and is it North as well? Good to have you guys in. Lock and reload too. Where are we? Down here. Oh, can match the time. How far I go to? Thank you, Kate. Oh yeah, because I forgot it's on the bloody screen, isn't it? Oh, actually, is it? It is for the YouTube, but it's not on for the talks. We don't display that. Is there still shooting stars? Juliet, yeah, there is, and we've seen more today, even though the peak was yesterday. We've seen more today by this point than we had yesterday there as well. Timestamps close enough for it. Thank you, Kate. Pete, what is that? What on earth is that on your head? It's my new fancy garbs there. It keeps me cool, and I'm probably going to get like a TikTok copyright strike for impersonation or something on that one. But it's keeping me cool. I'm hot. How are you, Pete? Are you still down in Kent? How's everybody? How's Lola? A few spits of rain in Plymouth about an hour ago. Lucky. Just opened a Mars bar. Now I need chocolate there. Where are we? Down here as well. Watching it in flight radar as well. Ooh, it's all going off there. And Drewski said, have you tried to put the star patterns up, e.g. the kite and the Orion's bell? So it's on the list of things to do, but the problem is the camera orientation position always changes, and obviously then so does the stars. So it's trying to get them to align themselves. It's just trying to do it manually is a nightmare. I need to get it to do it automatically, and the technology just isn't there yet. I mean, the bloody tracker's having enough of a sulk at the minute. I need to get that right, but it is Drewski on the list to do, as like in the same way labeling the stars. If we could show some of the constellations would be pretty cool. If my good friend, a chance salty saltsman, knows I'm watching in real time, who knows what we'll see? Well, hopefully. Down here as well. Down here. Over 50 years with FTL platforms. Now, I see that's the thing. 50 years we're faster than light. Or the idea of saying, technically speaking, part of the ways are not really faster than light, is it, as far as physics is concerned? Unless there's different physics, which there may be. But surely we would have had a little bit more come through, different technology and things like that. I had to change browser spinning. Well, I'm glad it's working now, but it's the heat. There's so many technical things going on at the minute. Vega is possibly a star we have reached. 26 light years. It is closer. In space terms, it is at the end of our street, isn't it? It's not our closest neighbour. Our next door neighbour is Proxima Centauri at 4.2 light years. But Vega, yeah, wouldn't be out of the realm. It's just down the road. So if you can get to one, you could probably get to the others. Hasara, yeah, we did. We had some really interesting ones. And earlier today, we've had some potential anomalies. Oh, and if you know what point in the constellation is your camera pointing at, or is it just random? As I know you're not too far from Stone Henge, but it is the Cygnus the Swan. So yeah, that Cygnus is here, and Lyra is around here. That is the extent of my knowledge, and it's only because I can do Orion. That's a nice easy one as well, but the rest, they are beyond me. Like, I just do not retain the information, sadly. But we hopefully get some assistance there, because I think it would be good to know more there, and at least it chased the owl away there. Pete, you thought I'd converted. Anything for gifts. How are you guys? Pete, you need to see the thing. People have been very, very generous. Pete, so Pete in the chat there, PJ Prince, he's the guy that we do our on location live Skywatches with. So he's a resident skeptic as well, and yeah, so we take around the place. He's going to be doing our little tour, and people have been very, very kindly, very generous lately, and we're actually very close to the goal for the equipment that we need. The Starlink to connect, and bits like that. So at some point, we'll be dragging you on the road for a live tour. Gonna get grabbed by the ghoulies in the woods there, Pete. Chocolate is all melting. To be unfair, yeah, this is not the weather for chocolate, but it is the weather for ice cream. Important notice, it's warm. Chris, I can't argue with that. Just thinking, what's on their way? It's hot. It's hot. It's a blanket. Well, it's a sheet that you cover with water, and you can. Apparently, it cools you down. But it gives you guys a lot of. I did it around my neck, but because I'm a slaphead, it's actually much better up here. I'm confident if any a craft of unknown origin were within 50 light years of Earth, the fleet would know about it. See, this is the thing. Now, if what you're saying is true about an interstellar sort of fleet, then maybe there are other sort of technologies for monitoring and all that sort of stuff. Then okay, fair enough. But if the normal stuff is true, the more closer to the mainstream there, what is available to us technologically, we do not have good coverage. We really do not have good coverage of our local environment all of the time. But that's, again, if it is the mainstream to be believed. How about a Milky Way? How about them all? These lots not to know about your hat collection. Okay, my hate collection. That is for my hate collection. You should see my spite shelf. Loads of prizes. No, my hat collection, they don't. I was literally just thinking about that one, because if you want to be amazed, guys, at my range and repertoire, got this one. If you really want to be confused, wow, look at that! Fuck. Now Kate's gonna clip this for the shooting star, and I'm up here looking like a prize twat. Fucking couldn't have done that better, could we? We've got the Fez as well. I'm going back to the cold one though, because that was required. We used to do them because the animated GIFs that pop up on TikTok's how it started. They kind of put an overlaid hat on me, so I started to mimic it with real hats. Actually, thank you, DJ, as well, Lou, there, for good to have you in there. Radio waves travel at the speed of light. Exactly, yep. So as far as we know, nothing travels faster than the speed of light. So no communication. Gravity itself there. Space without gravity is hard on humans. Oh, I know what you mean there. Yeah, apparently so. Is it? But if you're not traveling for so long, if you've got faster light travel, surely it should balance out there. Travis Taylor struggling to shovel sand with Mars gravity. I wonder what that would look like, actually. How much less is Mars? Pretty sure I prefer Capri. Definitely a Capri's. Now the Air Force are passing us as well. Oh my God, it's a busy night for you guys there. It was in a harness to simulate the gravity on Mars without that. Really? You don't think of that, do you? Anyone remember the old movie called Spaceballs? That stuck with me. That did there. Douglas Quaid, a boom boom. Is it on tubes? I'm like, I don't need a spike shelf. It's just the, you put the pictures on, it's the mantelpiece there. Damn right you are clipping that one. Just like that. Yep. Where are we down here? How you doing, Rodney? Are we still connected to the tubes? I haven't seen a tubes message, a TikTok message in a while. Hold on, I'll have to scroll back through there as well. Hey, Bar and the 40 collectors, yep. You can tell I have a spending problem there. Right, okay, let me go manually over to the TikTok, see where we got to with your chat, guys. Because it's not been showing as much there. Down around here, I think. Oh, my mum has one when it warms up. You just shake it and it gets cold again. They're brilliant. Yeah, my mum actually got me this one, and I was like, oh, what's that going to do? It's not going to work, is it? This year I cracked it and went, oh, shit, no, it is actually really good. So I'm very grateful for it there. Oh, Harko! You just woke on the... Oh, Harko, how are you guys? It's already 40 minutes to Friday. Good to see you, though, Harko. Hope you're doing as well as you can there. Megan as well, thank you for the follow. Good to have you in. Where are you joining us from tonight there? Ada as well. Ada, thank you for all the gifts. Massive appreciation. It all goes back into the stream. Didn't miss any TikTok chats, did I? Just make sure I didn't... Any shooting stars? Yeah, I did that one, yeah. Yeah, I did those ones. I think I'm up to date across there. Why is it not fucking connecting my TikTok chat? Bloody useless thing. Hey, Beef, how are you doing? There anything good? Yeah, we've had loads of shooting stars, more than we did last night by this point, which is crazy. But we had an anomaly, and we can't think of what it is. We could, like, it's breaking our brains. It's breaking our brains. So I think it might be a good night tonight. If I liked back in '82, I remembered and pretty sure I recall Travis was with that crop. Oh, another shooting star right there. We're seeing more tonight, guys, than we did the peak yesterday, and I've got a feeling that that was the same last year as well. Seeing the chats. There we go. And Warren, how are you there? Can you actually see the meteor tonight there from Bournemouth? So you should be able to, if you're looking in the right direction. If it's, depends how light polluted Bournemouth are. If you're in the city centre, it might be pretty tricky. But looking out over the water, no, that's going to be south facing, isn't it, Bournemouth? If you look directly up, standing on the beach, you probably should still see some there. And where to look for the Perseus, so it's normally north-northeast, but we're pointing basically directly up from where we are here in Wiltshire, and we're getting so many more today. So many more today. And Geo there, do you really think of these? There is UFOs. So there's definitely UFOs, the unidentified part of this, the unidentified flying object there. It's recognised by various governments and militaries, including the US, the UK, the French, and all that sort of stuff there. So there is something that is unidentified, and not even in a just you don't know what it is, but in a that is, the government say it's very unlikely to be advanced technology of human make. It's very unlikely to be a strange organic phenomena like weather that we've not considered yet, but they don't know publicly. But it is widely accepted. Now, are they little green men from distant planets coming here to visit us here on Earth? Well, actually, that's not as implausible as a lot of people would think, but I can't say for sure. I've not experienced that myself. But if we see that anomalous movement tonight, if we see the strange things in the sky, again, we can go, it's strange. It doesn't, it doesn't fit the criteria for a satellite, a shooting star, or whatever it is. But to say what it actually is, that's a line we can't do with this technology just yet. And how do you check the amount of light pollution? So you can actually Google it, just basically check sort of light pollution level on the websites. I think it's the Bortle index is what it is there. But the best way to do it is look up at your sky, go to the country and look up and go, shit, I can see more stars. Because you kind of just don't really know if you're used to it. Jack there coming in with the shares, thank you for that, guys. It is the likes, the shares, the tapping away, all of that sort of jazz there that really does help us reach more and more like-minded people like yourselves. And the more eyes and minds on the old phenomena, the more we all get to piece this puzzle together. You never know who's going to come in and what experience of the phenomena you get to share there. Johnny Mac, have you seen the UFOs tonight? Yes, we have actually. And it's really confusing us. Because this is the thing, when you're seeing the movement on screen, it's not necessarily like a clear saucer is going to come across the screen. We're dealing distances with light and stuff like that. And you're going, and we had one and go, well, don't know what it is. Don't know what it is. You know, we could filter everything else out, but it's very, very strange. I'm debating if it's a level 2, like a mid-range one, or a level 3. You know, like is it the best or is it the middle range? I can't quite decide at the minute, but it's very cool. It's busy tonight, Alex. It's busy. It's even busier for the Meteors, isn't it? There, Amber. How are we doing? Thank you for the gifts. All goes back into streams. So at the minute, we're saving up for a Starlink dish so we can do more live on locations there. And is the Meteors tonight in the Midlands? Yeah. You should be able to see it there. If you've got low enough light, just look up, either northeast or pretty much directly up, and you should see some stuff there. And Alien knocked on the door earlier. There, wanted to borrow my lawnmower. I mean, well, you can take it back with them as long as I return it there. Funky, how are we doing there? And Dot, thank you for the follow. Good to have you in. Where are we? Over to the YouTube, guys. Make sure I'm catching up with your chat. Where are we? Down here as well. Where did that one as well? And scrolling through to the chat there. Gary Morris there. Hello, Gary. That's my uncle's name. How are you doing? You're not actually my uncle, are you? What are the white things moving everywhere that look like stars? Really good question. Most of them, well, what we can say is they are objects in orbit of Earth that are reflecting the sun's light back down to us here. They've still got a direct line to the sun because they're not on the surface. They sit off. They still have a direct line so they can bounce that light back down to us. A hell of a lot of them at this time of year because of the sun's position with the season. Now, most of those are going to be man-made satellites there. Think Starlink for the internet dishes. You think your spy satellites, you know, Hubble flying around up there, all of that sort of stuff. But we don't know for sure. Again, we get limited data. But what we're looking for is for these objects to stop dead, like this one here.
Zoom mode
We
activated.
need to see this object stop dead, shoot off at speed, change its course or trajectory. Because if it does that at these altitudes, highly anomalous there. You know, man-made objects just cannot do that. It's slam dunk anomalous. But if there is something interesting about it, there is this middle ground where your gut tells you there's something a bit more. We can't say conclusively, but it is an indicator that there could be a lot more going on there in the sky. Down here as well. It's a good question. And where are you joining us from, Gary, as well? An alien, no, I did that one there. Funky, we did as well. And Lucy, we need to go in the oceans to find the aliens. Well, excuse me. Coughing away. It is on the list. It is on the list. I don't know how fruitful it will be, how much activity we'll see, but once we've got the Starlink, it becomes accessible to a reasonable degree. I mean, at least we could do beach streams looking out over the water there and stuff like that. I'm so excited for the locations because not only are we going to be able to do it much better, but we've got extra features that I can't do on this stream. So it's ironic that the full computer setup isn't going to be as capable as the on-location one now, just by luck and generosity. So yeah, we could do beaches, but you know, one day we would love to hire a boat and just kind of go out onto the water and go, let's try our luck. VRFS, welcome aboard. Where are you joining us from tonight? Do say hello. Guys, if you're new here, we're doing our live UFO, UAP, Skywatch tonight, and we're coming to you live from Wiltshire here in the UK, which is right in the heart of crop circle country and just down the road from Stone Henge. Long history of the strange and anomalous, the weird and wonderful in these night skies. Little UFO flat, a little one. It was one of the best UFO flaps, went on for 15 years in this little town here in the 60s and 70s, and it does seem to be, to some degree, still going on. And that's what we're looking at for tonight. Now, we're on the tail end of a meteor shower. In fact, we're seeing more than we saw during the peak last night, so keep your eyes out for the old shooting stars there, as well as the strange and anomalous. And if it's working, you can type the grid reference of anything that we are not tracking that we're missing tonight, and it should highlight the square, drawing our attention to it there. Try and pick the box where you think it's going to be in because of the lag there. So A2, for example. And if you have questions and I can answer, I will. Or limited hangout. Oh, okay. Okay. You know what, El? I'm going to try and have a think. Because I am curious. And Ollie there, have you ever seen anything? Oh, yeah, we saw something earlier today. Literally, I don't know, half an hour ago, 20 minutes ago. I could weld up some old oil barrels for his underwater mission there. Sure, it'll be fine. Chris, I'd give it a go. I'm not too bothered by those sorts of things. Give me a snorkel, it'll be fine. Be another one of the old, what was that sub down by the Titanic? Ocean Gate, yeah, there we go. Forget the UFOs there. Why do you have a bra on your head? Beef? Because I'm experimenting. It's hot and I've gone crazy. No, it's one of these like towels that you get them really, really wet, and they're meant to cool you down because it's over 30 degrees in this room, and I'm warm, very, very warm. And miles out. I'm struggling tonight. They're following last night's late session there. Not much kip. You know what? Me too, actually. Me too. If anything, I'll ask. No worries. Persley's comet dust from the Swift Tuttle there orbits every 133 years. Swift Tuttle. So I'd heard about Swift Tuttle. So that's really interesting. I didn't know that's what it was from. I didn't know there. Pretty cool. And Amber there drove over Salisbury Plain earlier there. Spotted quite a few shooting stars. God, actually, being out on the plane tonight would be awesome. Yeah, seeing all those shooting stars. Do you know why the bloody hell didn't I think about going up one of the hills? Next year, somebody kick me on the approach. We'll do a live on the Skywatch. We've got much better skies. We'll go up one of the hills with the new on location kit there. We started with the large, and the large blue one. Yes, we did, didn't we? Like our Reacher, the series there, only much thinner than a major Reacher. I don't think I've seen the trailers there. So yeah, what we did, Gary, is that the most likely shooting stars there, Gary. Shooting stars. No, getting it wrong. Satellite, man-made objects in orbit, basically reflecting that sun's light back down to us here on Earth. Now we're looking for the anomalous ones because, to be fair, ET is going to look the same. Anything travelling in a straight line at consistent speed is going to reflect that sun's light back down to us, and therefore we won't be able to tell it apart. We're going to see them stop dead, shoot off at speed, to change their course or trajectory. Where are you joining us from, Gary? Where in the world? And spinning, I'm not sure. We in UK. I feel I've seen the trailers there for it there. Apparently, many years ago, a model kit of the UFO that crashed at Roswell was produced, as I have a model building channel, and I would like to build this, so I could ask your where is it? So we're looking for the other part of that one. Oh, I think it's cut off there, Wayne. But I heard they did, and apparently it's meant to be quite accurate, isn't it? I think this is it's along the lines of this one, although it was a bad 3D print. But it's that sort of one. Yeah, I think it's the Bobblers. No, that's not the Bobblers. That's the Bobblers R one. No, the Roswell one is different. I'm thinking of the Bobblers R one. I'd like to see it. We got a 16-foot Aaron boat. What, Rib? What? I have no idea what an Aaron boat is, but I'm just about to Google it. But you said boat, and that kind of got my attention. Because you're, I'm going to get this totally wrong. Are you Cornwall way? Because, let's give me a location. Well, that is incredibly interesting. There, a spare rib. Subs, if they have a kit, see what this out. Oh, I'll ask this subs if they've got a kit. Okay, yeah, I'll keep an eye out if it comes up for that one there. It's pan medded. I'm not seeing any messages. Let me double check my other chat there. It's not cutting because I wasn't seeing those ones from earlier, was I? Let's have a quick look. Yeah, I've got the live chat on there, but I don't know if I'm missing out on some there. Sorry, guys, if I am missing your chat. Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. 2 Royal Air Force large Voyagers are out now. It's all going off where you are, Loch Lemon. Is it normally like that? Or is it, things going on, do you think there? Windy in Plymouth there and really lethal. Can you blow some of it this way? It is too hot here. No wind either. Where are we down there? Thank you for the follow. It's not showing the name there, but appreciate that one. Gemma as well coming in, Puddle Duck as well, and Laura Lass coming in with the shares. Guys, do say hello. Let us know where you're all watching from tonight there. And if you've ever had an experience with the phenomena, do let us know. We'd like to hear about that one whilst we're waiting for the action. We've had some interesting ones tonight and lots of shooting stars. Do ask any questions. No silly questions at all. We want to hear from you all. And how do you take good pictures on iPhone of these? I have not managed that one yet, and I don't know if it's user error, and I suspect it is. I'm just shit with the iPhone. But I've tried taking night shots of anomalies that we've seen with my phone. I can't get it right. They're constantly telling us it's a really, really good camera. Pay enough for it, but yeah, I don't know is the answer, sadly, to those ones. Struggle with the attention span deficit there. I must have started. Breaking Bad 200 times. Still can't remember a bloody thing. Spit it. I'm awful with certain attention spans, but Breaking Bad, how far into it are you getting? Because honestly, it is probably one of the best, if not the best series that I've ever watched. It is so good. Like, you just mention it again, makes you want to watch it for like the 5th time. Oh, I'm going to watch Breaking Bad. And is it K2? Are you also live on Tube or Twitch? Yes, guys, if you are on the TikTok, sorry, over on YouTube, it looks like this. At the Thing UFO, you see more of the night sky. It's around the right way, more sorts of analysis, and also it's a little bit more consistent. So definitely worth checking out. But we do have a Twitch. We was on it, but at the minute we've had to stop it because our local internet really can't support the multiple streaming. But they are putting fibre in, and when it does, guys, we're all guns blazing. We're going to go back on Twitch and possibly some other places too. So make sure you're following over there at the Thing everywhere, basically. Yeah, you should see us all. And Roswell was exposure. The early flux line and prototypes there, most likely. I've only been read in since 72. Okay, so you want on that, and that makes sense. Oh, it's the Isle of Lewis. That was it. Yeah, it's a little bit too far for me there. Who's Cornwall then? I feel like I've had a couple of people from Cornwall. Why am I thinking that? So literally the opposite. About as far away from Cornwall as you can get. Good at spare rib. How long would it take to bring your boat down somewhere this way? About 3 weeks. Oscar there, how to see them, what the UFOs or other things there. You need essentially low light or light sensitive cameras and lenses and things like that, because it's subtle. You don't always see it with the human eye. If you're in a good environment with low light pollution, it helps, but then again, we won't see all of the objects. This lens lets in about 2.5 times the light the human eye can see, so that's why we can see so many more stars there, but it allows us to see these objects much easier. But there are some that you can definitely see with the human eye there. Oh, cool, X. So spare rib. We got a plane. We got a plane. So, guys, when you think, what does it look like? A plane coming over. This is what it looks
Zoom
like.
mode activated.
So if I bring up the radar in a second, you see the positions of the triangle formation of the wings and all that sort of stuff. So it gives you a clue that it's that, and plus you see the bright lights. Yeah, it's normally quite obvious the plane. So if I bring up the tracker, it should be in the central ring somewhere when it resets. We should see it unless the tracker's totally buggered. Anywhere in the ring there. Oh, is it? It's not showing at all. Not showing at all. Interesting. I wonder if it's on somebody else's radar. Maybe our tracker's having a bit of a sulk in the heat tonight. I spoke to Free. Is it President? Look, 10 year 5. Intelligence. Special Forces. Carter was the only POTUS I directly confirmed. UAP. Carter was an interesting one, wasn't he? He was rumoured to be wanting to make it public. You need low light sensitivity there, Oscar, for it. Some sort of kit that's very good in the low light. And does living that close to Stone Henge ever make it feel ordinary, or does it still hit you sometimes? So I used to drive. I'm not allowed to for medical reasons anymore, which is incredibly frustrating and very isolating. I hate it. So fully dependent on public transport, which means that I'm one of these people that I knew everywhere like the back of my hand. If I'm traveling somewhere I haven't been, Google Earth, the maps, I would know all the terrain. I'd know all the road angles like that. Loved it. And very good and competent in those sorts of things. Used to know everywhere. And now, though, because I don't drive, I don't have the reason to do that. We moved here only a year and a half ago, and this little town in the middle of nowhere, I like the train. If the train's working, it allows me to commute to Bristol. So, when you start a video game and your map is all greyed out, it's like that for me. I've just got the starting location and then a dot of Bristol where I go. So I don't get a chance to really go out a lot, immediate local distances. So there's a couple of times, mainly, I think the last time I went past Stone Henge when we moved here about a year and a half ago. It's the only other time I've been in a car going back that way, I think. But so it's definitely not worn off on me yet. Definitely not. Sent the famous photo. Oh, I don't know that one. I have to have a look up for the picture there. And Dan, what's your day job there? So I run podcast network for some YouTubers. Basically, it's not exciting. It's just running a lot of spreadsheets and things like that. Not usually on the mic side of it. Where are we there? I prefer Better Call Saul to really, Lilac. So I mean, I enjoyed Better Call Saul, but for me, there was just something so compelling about Breaking Bad. Flashing Amanda A1. God, I'm so far behind that one. I'm not too far behind, actually, in the time. Keep up the good spot, and we really want to see some stationary flashing. We haven't seen that in a while there. Grim, did you see the eclipse? We did. Did you see it as well? It wasn't obviously a great one for us here, but I still saw it. To my last girlfriend about watching a film, and she looked at me like I was insane and said we watched it the previous week. Watched it again. I still have no memory of it. Oh, Gio, I'm not so bad. Like, I'll definitely just cut off if I can't get engaged. I won't watch it. You know, and that, yeah, I won't pretend, and I won't, you know, so not really much for me to forget if I haven't engaged. But what was it? It was The Abyss. That was it. My brain totally confused the film The Abyss with the film The Sphere. So, and what had happened in my memory, I remembered the characters and the characters and the sets and the locations from The Abyss, great film, but I remembered the storyline from the film The Sphere. And I had no memory of the film The Sphere. I had no memory of the actors in the film The Sphere. But it was that exact storyline and the scenes, but in my head with the actors from The Abyss. And we watched it, and I'm like, this is a fucking Mandela effect. What's gone wrong here? This isn't the same film I saw. It's the same people. There were certain similar scenes, you know, but yeah. Apparently a lot of people do that one. But I've got no memory of ever watching The Sphere, but apparently I did, because, you know, when there. Oh, it's a Boeing 777. A good spot in there. Oh, I've seen Free Shooting Star Sites. It's around 10 p.m. at Kooky. We've seen more tonight than we had by this point last night, which was meant to be the peak there. Was it Tom there? Aliens will to serve mankind. Ooh, I've not heard that take on it before. The idea that they would be keen to serve us. I've had encephalitis. Oh, twice. I lost my all my memory of being put into induced coma. Oh my god, that is awful. Yeah. Jesus, got on there. And what do you think, S. Gary, is making the crop circles? And any appeared recently? God, this season has been so many crop circles this season. It was a real peak. It's like back in fashion. We had one just on the outskirts of town last year. I didn't get a chance to see them this year, but on the outskirts of town last year there was one, and it's phenomenal to be able to walk through them all. We want to do a live Skywatch from location of the centre of a crop circle. I think that'll be a first. We need to find one with an amicable farmer for next season. But what do we think is making it? I definitely think there's a human component to some of them. I don't know exactly how many. Is it most? Is it, you know, just a few? I definitely think there could be something else at play. There's enough things to kind of put a question in my head there. New York to Istanbul. Why is that not showing an Abilene radar? Life is on fire like that. No, I can't see him. I can't see Cheap Ass at all. Let me check my my chat. The actual, not the combined chat. Oh, we're starting to get a couple of sulks there. I wonder the shooting star counters going off. It was all going haywire tonight, guys. Sorry there. Let me have a look. 23, 35 bones. Let me just see if I can see. Oh, yeah. Why is cheap Astro's not coming through? I can see it on the other chat there, Cheap. Sorry about that one. Many a technical problem tonight. Where did we get to in the main chat? In fact, let me bounce back up for the last few minutes of the stream. Let me bounce back over to the manual chats to make sure we're not... Anyone there? We're not missing out on anyone? How much do you believe, Roswell, seeing as there are rumours of the Nazis developing so-called sources there? Or Kieran. So I don't know... I don't know what the answer to Roswell is. I'm incredibly intrigued by it. I think something crazily interesting happened there. Whether it was, you know, the traditional grey aliens or a different breed of aliens, or was it Nazis, you know, with the technology there, or was it the Russians faking it? Lots of things. I would say I'm more confident it's one of those than it is Project Mogul. but I wouldn't fully write it off. I think Roswell is a classic, and it's very, very interesting to me there. And Matt there from Torquay, how are you doing there? And where are we down here as well? D3 Amanda, good spot in there. And did you know that the Palladian aliens, who are the Nordic aliens, are from the Pleiades constellation in Taurus, which you can see with the naked eye? You can see the Pleiades. There is a very interesting constellation. There's a lot of connection with the to and fro. So yeah, it makes sense that there's people. There's a few star systems up there where people talk about having experiences of beings that have visited them. Again, going back through ancient cultures, definitely not just a modern day thing. It's always interesting that it is the visible ones as well. The Abyss has got the underwater NHI right before it was called. Bang on, Beef, bang on. But I didn't remember that storyline from it at all. It was the crashed ship that they were exploring in the sphere. See, this is the thing. There's no aliens, as far as I know, just us. So that is the thing. Whether they're visiting us is one question, but alien life has got to be out there, just with the physics of these things. And it makes sense that there would be one at least that would have the ability to have visited and paid us a visit at some point. Surely some circles are too perfect to be man-made, Gary. That's my feeling. And they go, where are the shit ones? Where's the intern that's mucking it up? Where's his bad ones? Where are the practice crop circles? For me, we know man can trample corn and we can make shapes of it there, but I've not seen anybody do a test one like in all these TV shows that's actually any good. And these are very complex shapes. I mean, I'm definitely open to there being a clever way around it, how people do it. But the big fractal design ones, I'm like, really? Overnight, and it's only a few hours of darkness and nobody spotted you? Nugsy, how are we doing? The Nazi Bell, as did Kamala. In a chains there, so that I could go with. Not had an added ages. Hey, there you go. You've jinxed it now, spare rib. Thinks you jinxed it, yeah. And what it's like waking up and finding a new crop circle nearby. Well, it was actually the day after I first got this camera, not with this lens, and I was so eager. I set it up. I crawled out the window in front of me because it's now in the garden. But I crawled out the window onto the flat roof, and I had this camera set up, and I just kind of left it on a record to see what we could capture. And we did capture something because it's actually pointing in the direction of where the crop circle is. We did capture something very, very, very strange. I'm trying to trying to find the video again because it wasn't as good a lens. So I'm trying to find the video what I did with it, just to compare it to now with all the things we've seen now. If I still think it's anomalous. Oh, that's a good question. Had Carla aged anything? That's a very interesting question with it there, with how these craft work there. And it's mad to think you could breathe liquid and it's real there. Side effects there, fatal pneumonia. So I didn't know that was a side. Is that why they don't use it commonly, Dan? But I know it's, I've always heard the folklore that was real, that you could breathe the liquid into your lungs. Kind of went into a black site and never came out. Pleiades is the oldest story ever told. It could well be. It's Pleiades, not the Seven Sisters, is it? There. Oh, Stephen, it's some reason the message isn't coming through. It's saying redacted. Can I click on it? No, it won't let me see it. We knew too much, possibly. Many don't know that Japan calls the Pleiades Subaru. Yeah, there. So like the car Subaru, a starry Subaru logo. That makes sense. But lots of cultures have got a very similar story about why to the eye it's 6 and not 5. Not 7, sorry. No, wait, 7 is, that is the Pleiades. Yeah, Stephen, it's been redacted again. I'm not sure. Maybe it doesn't like... Oh, no, that one's coming through. Let me quickly go down. Here's a question. Since you were all talking about the Nazi Bell, what is your opinion on the NASA program there and Operation Paperclip? So, I mean, yeah, the both sides were stealing a lot of the Germans, race for the technology and stuff like that. We probably went on a lot more than we're told, to various degrees, various bits of technologies. I don't know anything... conspiracy-wise beyond other than, I'm sure there's a lot of weird stuff they didn't tell, a lot of worse people they brought over. I remember going back eons, there were people out watching a certain area for a crop circle. They missed it. It happened behind them. It's only about 16 when I heard this. That is pretty cool. Somebody was suggesting a while ago that we should actually do like a field watch. I mean, I don't know what our results would be, but we do get them around here. And maybe we can try the tones and the frequencies from the dog whistle, see if we can summon them in. And all ancient civilizations have stories that play services. Yeah, exactly. As it being, unfortunately, being a mobster and a genius seems to have gone hand in hand with Nazi scientists. Then I guess that's what happens when you're given a little to no restrictions on your experiments. Well, this is the thing as well, and you know, genius and madness are the only difference is what you're coming up with useful and acceptable. That is literally the only difference. Like, madness is just people not liking the things that you're making. It's all about creativity. There are no boundaries, and that's why people like that go off the rails. I mean, there are definitely other reasons in their case as well, but that's why you get, like, you know, science experiments. Even now, people pushing the boundaries with things because the curious what ifs. A monster, not mobster. Loose there, yeah. Oh, that's a good angle of putting it there. For men too dangerous to be let loose there. Watch all four sides if you do. Yeah, learn that lesson. And this technology nowadays, though, it's probably not as hard to do. There we go. I've been looking for an excuse to get a drone. A night vision drone or infrared drone or something like that. We could fly it over the fields. The Germans had so much knowledge. Anti-gravity, rocketry, etc. Paperclip in the US. Getting to the scientists before the Russians got them. Yeah, well, the Russians still did get a few there. Right, where are we over on the TikTok chat? Sorry, I'm bouncing between two at the minute because my main combined chat has given up, as most things do in the heat. Where do we get to? Where were you guys? Somewhere around here. Laura, that's coming in with these shares there. I appreciate that. And where are we down here? And down there, what's your day job? Did that one as well there. And the clips. Chris, welcome aboard. Where are you joining us from tonight? Seen anything odd there? X3P? We have. Yeah, we have. Even tonight we saw something very, very strange. Again, we've never seen anything like this one tonight. I'm not sure if it's going to be in our top list, but for what it was very, very strange. M to the C, how are we tonight? I want to go into your user management and have a look through the hidden users. So, where do we do that one on here? Participants? No, it's not that one. Community moderation. Sorry, I'm just trying to see because yeah, there's. Oh, so let's have a sulk on there. No, settings. Let's have a look. User management guidelines. I can't quite see them. Community moderation. Let's have a look. Sorry, I'm just trying to make sure I'm not missing other people in the chat. Your colours. Yeah, it's not showing me a list of user management. Hidden users. Manage. No, not on there. Thanks for the heads up though, because I didn't even think to check there. Anyway, where did we get to with you guys in the TikTok chat? And there's Elias there. I just saw everything last night and tonight. I've got to go to bed though. Oh, well, thank you for joining us though. I've got to go to bed soon anyway. It was on pretty late last night there. Janie as well coming in with the gifts. I only seen one. Is this? We've had a few on stream, and it's going to be getting busier because it's after midnight basically is the bigger bit for it there. And Janie again coming in with the gifts. Where are you from there? Lycos, we're in Wiltshire in the UK. So we're just down the road from Stone Henge, but where all the crop circles are made. I'd be a little scared if we do find the aliens. Actually, yeah, that is, I think, perfectly legitimate. And because I'm so curious. I'm constantly going, yeah, let's hunt for this, let's do this. We take the show on the road. We go to all these locations that have a history of sightings. I'm like, yeah, let's do it. I get there in the dark and I get spooked. Like, actually, I think I probably would be full Scooby-Doo. So it's a very reasonable reaction there. And is it Hayden back up there? UFOs aren't real. Well, you can argue if, you know, what UFOs are or are not, but UFOs as a category are definitely very, very real, recognised by many militaries and many governments there and there as well. So you're actually in the minority by saying UFOs aren't real. They don't necessarily have to be alien, although I do think that is a very interesting explanation. There's a lot of circumstantial evidence for that, but I haven't seen one myself. Well, I've seen the UFO, but I've not seen an alien get out of it, basically. So I can't say 100% there. And Ronnie, what happened? So it was, we call them space worms, and normally it's when a bird flies over the screen or a bat, and it's kind of a blurry brownish colour, and it's wiggling all around, and it's not like the satellites or the objects that we see. It's not high enough to reflect the sun's light, so we just kind of see this darker object flying around. But nature is erratic. It doesn't really fly in straight lines there. We don't think we've ever seen, you know, that flying straight around. But we saw something that kind of looked like one of them in the sense that it was dark. It wasn't reflecting the light back down to us, but it was 3 objects in a very straight formation, almost like satellites. So I thought it was kind of like satellites at first, but yeah, too dark and too long. But then they were overtaking each other, which satellites don't do. They're consistent speed. So one might overtake another, but then that one isn't going to overtake it back again. Seen something tonight there, and it was a full light. It stopped and blinked, then vanished. Or if that is anomalous move, that is slam dunk. Very, 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 very strange there. I don't want humanity stumbling on the equivalent of the Covenant from Halo life of Half-Life aliens. Honestly, though, these are things to consider. Like, a lot of people talk about, you know, free energy, 0-point energy, the aliens, which, you know, to be fair, probably, if aliens are here, made to be how they're travelling, probably a warp drive, doesn't break physics, just needs a lot of energy. So to have that answer sorted, but like the aliens will come, they'll bring us free energy, or the governments are hiding free energy. We don't want free energy, because, yeah, there's lots of the good things we can do with energy, but we're not responsible enough for the bad things, because energy is a bomb. It's the same thing there. And LW, how are you doing there? Oh, hey man, a long time no see. I was outside watching the Meteor shows. LW, good to see you again. Hope you've been well. What, did you get any good shots? Did you see some awesome ones there? Kathy as well, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. Welcome aboard. And User76 as well, appreciate the shares there. And at first thought, first of all, it was a plane that checked flight radar, and it wasn't a plane. It's like, again, planes can't stop though. They can't stop there. And X3, is this an app? So no, it's not. This is my camera outside, and we're building the tracking software, hence why it's being a bit shit. Let's restart it again, just for the last couple of minutes of the stream. I think it's the heat. The computers are just absolutely struggling, so everything's kind of going haywire. Anyway, let's try that. So yes, on here, sadly, is the only place for it at the minute. Right, where did we just get to with the tube chats? And then what was we going to start to wind it up? Love to have one of those. Yeah, well, you can get a camera. It's kind of easy enough in that sort of way. And we probably will make the software when it's a bit more reliable open to people there. I'm just curious what camera is used there for night sky. So the camera's Sony A7. It's an older one, A707S, something like that. But the lens is the real trick for us. Lets in a lot of light there. Oh, telescope-wise, I don't actually know. I'm looking at the minute at the smart scopes, so like the Dwarf 3 is one that I'm looking at. I haven't got the money for it. But I don't really know. I haven't really done it yet. They can be. Like anything, sometimes you can pick up a deal. Sometimes there's always a more expensive version. It's never ending. Where did we get to in the YouTube chat? Oh my god, actually, you guys have been more chatty than I thought. And Germans had so much knowledge, anti-gravity, rocketry, etc. Paperclip was the US Caffeine scientist. Exactly, they had so much there. Rendlesham Forest incident. What is your opinion on that? Again, I won't say for sure what I think it is, because I don't know. But I don't feel like I've heard enough of any of the explanations to write any of those situations off. You know, like, it's very, very interesting to me. But again, like, we've got to remember that in life, most things we don't, you know, past events as well, what data has been recorded, you know, we have to end up making our own judgment on it, don't we? But I'm coming at just that I'm leaving it as possibility at the minute. What I've heard is very, very interesting, but I don't know quite what I would say if I had to bet money on it there. And it came to Canada there, so then you get the right Patterson, perhaps. A bit like choosing a soccer team. Kind of, yeah. It's the very strange thing there. What did you see? I saw last night's bright purple glow. Oh, yes, no, you saw that one. So, yeah, it's 3 objects very close together, almost like 3 satellites very close together. But they overtook each other, and they were dark, so more like when we get the birds flying over. But these were straight, so they're not birds or animals. It's really weird. Station on the moon since 59. Discuss. I wouldn't write it off, but I don't know yet. Like, I'm a big believer in watch what people do, not what people say. And I can get that they might fake a couple of missions here or there to keep a narrative going, but they put a lot in to that, and they're doing a lot now for very little reward. So I would imagine that it's not easily accessible if they do have that technology elsewhere in these places. It's like Musk. People say Musk must know, he must be ready, and he's got all of these satellites. His personality type, he's a very literal person to the point where he can't really keep his mouth shut with what he thinks. He's a first principles guy, so if he thought there was a different form of technology, even if he wasn't told what it was, but he thought it was likely that aliens could travel the distance, his money would be going into figuring out what that is, not in combustion rocket, conventional rocketry. He'd just stop. He might not tell us why he stopped, but he wouldn't. So I think that I'm a big fan of those ones. Likely is it USAP was latent testing irrelevant from their purpose unknown, and multifunction psi stress tester based personnel. It could have been a possibility. I wouldn't write it off. Take some clean pants. I probably need spares. I honestly think all scientists went into these experiments with ethics, but these were soon stripped away by whatever means there, by psychological pushing or just a genuine lack of restrictions. It's a slippery slope, Geo. It's a slippery slope there. We like to look back on the Second World War, Nazi Germany, as well, they were just monsters, right? And they became monsters. But if we just think it's because that's the type of person they are, and look, maybe there's a few individual cases who had certain dispositions, thinking like Himmler and stuff like that. But you've got to think of, like, the people in every day, the guards on the trains at the camps, and the individual scientists and lab technicians, and all the people that were complicit in those ways. If you think that we're not like that, we 100% are. We're just not in that position, and it bleeds into it. I can't remember the name of the book, but it was an account from, I don't know if it was in Holland. It was a local police chief in Holland, I think, wrote a book during the Second World War, occupied by the Nazis, and it was his experience of becoming a monster, and what because the Germans. Forced them to implement their restrictions and all that sort of stuff, and how they went down that chain of it, and how they in themselves, they didn't realize it. They didn't realize what they were doing because it was slow over time. So, like, that's the thing. If we think that it's just because they're monsters and we're not at risk of that, we haven't learned the lesson of the Second World War, and that's the biggest crime of it there. So it's easier, sadly, than we expect. Really interesting experiment done, I think, in the 70s. What was it on, Geo, there? Milgram experiment. What's that one? Intelligence is common there, but curiosity is unique to human. Well, that's a possibility. There is a possibility. I would imagine, though, that curiosity is not necessarily common within individual humans. Was that shooting star? Not necessarily within individual humans. There's lots of people that are just not curious at all, and they're the ones that come into stream and go, what? So, but there are evolutionary reasons for it, so maybe there needs to be a degree of it. What I think, that is a good question there. I'll catch you later there, Locke. And found the kit by testers. It's so rare. Oh, this is the UFO one. So it's pricey. I didn't realize how different it looks to a normal saucer. I think about building it on the channel. As I said, it's pricey. Hey, you might get a lot of views for something like that, though. I'll have a look. It'd be interesting to see what that one looked like, because I've heard various different... I've not heard a consensus on the craft for Roswell, so that'd be interesting. They eat mashed potatoes, yeah. They eat them with their metal knives. Got to be 80-ish for their timelines. Talk about it. Oh, yeah. Good. Rendlesham BS detector just gave me a slight twitch there, Beef. So I'm open to it. Something went on, but was it military in nature? Was there? So there's some strange things going on in that part of the world. And you can thank, I think, the Germans for many things that screwed everything up, like daylight savings time, for which actually created to save fuel in the African desert storm wartime for their tanks. Was it really? I thought it was to, and again, no, it's just rumour that you pick up over the years, was to do with like harvest and stuff like that, to have more time harvesting and stuff, working in the fields for the war effort. They still have good beer. And it's rude to ask a lady her age special. What's that? I often... no, you've done that one as well. My original birth certificate resides in the Round Tower at Windsor. Very fancy. Hello from Greece there, Rick. Good to see you, and I love your lives. Thank you, Rick. It's good to appreciate you there as well. How are your skies tonight? Are they fantastic? Did you get to see a good eclipse from Greece there? Yeah, it's the biggest. It really is. It really is. From it all. I'll catch you later, Amanda. Hopefully you can sleep in this heat there. The other half being batshit. Yeah. Where are we? Down here. No, you're having a chat there. Is it Milgram experiment found that when people had responsibility taken from them, they'd push the barriers. The strangers were told someone was hooked up to electrical short. Oh, I've heard about this one, yeah. And it's also like the Stanford prison experiment and stuff like that. A lot of, look, there obviously are bad people, right? But I think it's really keen to highlight this because there is actually a wider group. We think of ourselves as good people, but a lot of the times we're just not in the situations to be tested. And there is a range and a spectrum on that. But I think it's why a lot of people, when they're in positions of power, whether it's fame or management positions and things like that, become abusive because they don't know how to handle the power, and it's unconscious, and they can do things and they don't have to check themselves, and there just isn't that conscious measure. Pushing the shocker over 5 was dangerous, but they were told to shock a stranger when they got a question wrong. That does sound familiar. I stayed around 4, but when they were told whatever went wrong, it wasn't their fault. The majority of people pushed the shocker at 8 to 10. Really? I didn't know it was that bad, but yeah, I'm not actually surprised. That blame was the factor in how far someone would push. Yeah, exactly. It's not like an internal moral sort of thing. It does the structure allow it, and that's exactly what happened in Germany. Their structure of understanding of governance, of beliefs or anything allowed for those things to happen, and we see it now. You know, whether it's all the political things going on like that. If somebody at the top says something, people unquestionably pass it down the train, don't they? Right. Just for round up here on TikTok, see where we got to, and then I will be coming off for the night there. Yeah, the smart ones, you can use your phone with it as well. Yeah, just on the internet, but they ain't cheap, sadly. There. How you doing, Carl? Do you have a good time? Was you out, friends singing again at the gigs? Interested in low light / deep sky photography and filming. It's so hard, isn't it? I mean, I'm literally, I know how to do this. That is it. I have not real knowledge on these things, but some of those images, absolutely stunning there. I'll catch you later, Kate. Thank you as always for being awesome. Yeah, we're going to be off in a second anyway, but you're awesome there. Thank you. Purchasing a smart telescope, C-Star S-Fair. I've heard good things. Excuse me. I saw one of them in action for the eclipse yesterday. Still very, very good. If you are interested in the UFO stuff as well, though, the Dwarf Free has a UFO hunting mode, as well as being a good scope there. And Carl coming in, feeding Alan.
Thanks,
appreciate
guys.
that. Cadbury's. Was it Cadbury's, was it? I was just thinking Cadbury's for chocolate. Again, it's for 200 now. Oh, what brand is that? Because, yeah, I can't afford the others. The light pollution, it's really bad here in the Netherlands. Really, you get a lot of light pollution there. I just imagine, like, these lovely natural landscapes and, you know, fjords and mountains everywhere. No light or humans in sight. World War I, Germany became the first country to officially adopt DST. Oh, really? World War I. So, yeah, it's to save coal for the war effort there. United States followed in 18. Standard Time Act. Had to go like that. Perfect. Love it, Stephen. It's how we learn, isn't it? Wrong for, still close enough, though. Still close enough. I mean, the amount of things I get wrong on here. Is it really hot? Is it hotter there or hotter here, though? Between the removal of blame and the dehumanising, the Germanists had little to no problem pushing back. But this is the thing. We see, again, I don't go too much into the politics here, so I'm not going to go specifics, but we can look at this, of whichever side of the political spectrum we are, we can see how it's acceptable to be dehumanising the other side. And I sit in a very interesting middle line. I know people, you know, of all ways. I kind of step between two different communities with these structures. And it's really interesting because, yeah, what is justified to call for somebody's murder or death because they're on the other side? And that's the thing. Even if you don't like their opinion, even if you think they're wrong and they're bad, as soon as we start to go, we're going to make an exception, that is the slippery slope. That is where we're going with it there. So they promoted those with the psychopathy, but many were normal people, family, from brutality of the job. Yeah, honestly, it's not as far-fetched It's 25.6 degrees in your living room and even hotter upstairs. Yeah, it's over 30 here. It's awful. We faced off against the worst of humanity. What do you think about the supposed 2027 UFO announcement there? Jeremy Corbell thinks it's going to be a lie told by the government. May not there, and it can't be trusted. So, I'm not a fan of Corbell, but the idea that we would have advanced knowledge of a slow-moving craft doesn't sit right with me. It's possible. I don't know. But we definitely have to be careful of the idea of false flag operations, you know, putting out a threat up there as to put us under more restrictions, think Project Bluebeam, things like that. So we really need to be conscious there. But if we were aware, look, if it is possible to traverse these vast distances, it's got to have to be done by a warp drive, not a slow-moving mothership. And if you've got a warp drive, you can move any size object pretty much like that, you know. So having the guy that, oh, it's coming, it's on its way, well, it would just be here, you know. I would imagine for that, to the best of my knowledge. So I don't. There's a high possibility, and also we don't have good. It would have to be star size for us to have detected it independently, to be that far out there. We know we don't have good details there. SK, how are we doing? Right, okay. I'm gonna wind up now. Where do we get to quickly over in the TikTok? But even with the S25 Ultra, I can get the Milky Way. And really, so I'm crap with the iPhone getting shots there. Look at Argus, they actually have pretty good ones. Thank you. So I'm definitely gonna have a look at that one. C1 Charlie. Oh, you're getting some good spots there. Let's zoom in.
Zoom mode activated.
So we need to see it stop dead, shoot off at speed, change its course or trajectory for us to know for sure that it is something a little bit stranger, a little bit something anomalous there. Oh, it's trying to track it. Ignore that. That track was shit. Let's turn the tracker off there. But guys, thank you so much. We're going to be on tomorrow night. Make sure you follow and subscribe, whatever it is, wherever you are. It should be another Skywatch again tomorrow as well. We want to see you all there. And yeah, thank you for hanging out. Thank you for sharing your knowledge and your experiences and all that sort of jazz. Thank you, mods, for being awesome. Thank you for your support in every which way that you guys do it. Yeah, we'll see you all tomorrow night for those ones. All disclosure will happen. I think it's going to be like a degrees of disclosure. I don't think we'll notice it. You know, I think it will be a suddenly everybody just accepts it and go, when did that happen? Like a slow. That's how I think it's done there. Thank you guys again, and yeah, we'll see you all tomorrow night. Bye bye.